So hello everyone and welcome to the end of the year 2015 game discussion with myself, Dan, how's this working? Dan, who doesn't have a webcam because his internet sucks, and Brett, the British one, who looks fancy in his Fallout sweater, Christmas sweater. And basically the way that I'm planning on doing this is that, I don't know, we're just going to shoot the shit about video games for a length of time. The structure I was thinking was like maybe each person would say a game they want to talk about, and it would go like that. But I don't know. This is going to be just an unstructured shit show.
Unscripted.
And if you're wondering why I'm not doing this, like recorded wise, I'm doing it in stream form, is because Dan can attest to this. When I need to have a discussion like this, and I try to record it, it takes an hour and a half to get going.
Oh my god!
Because
that's
if
any
I
video with you actually,
if I flub a line, if I'm like trying to get the intro, and actually, if you watch the last year, the discussions we did for games that we like our favorite games, I accidentally left like 2 minutes of false starts in there somewhere.
oh dude, you were mad.
I was furious because I was like, no, they can't know that I'm human. So there's so many false starts, but when I'm live, I'm typically a lot better about just keeping it going, talking, and if I flub, I just keep that's why I'm doing it.
You kept a couple of flubs in it at the end. Remember, because you couldn't say.
Well, those were like funny outtakes. Is that what you're talking about?
You couldn't say any words. What was it? You couldn't say in words like.
That was an outtake I intentionally left in as a bonus.
Like
when I screamed out of frustration, I can't say N words because not that type, Brett. Shut up.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, wait, you left that in on purpose?
No. I was just trying to say I was trying to say something, but
Can we talk about that? Or is that off the table? Your stranded video?
Stranded video. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that was.
We don't have to talk about that.
Nah, I have a couple of flubs. That was a panic. That was one of those times where I was so glad nobody watches my fucking videos anymore. Because like, if that were PewDiePie, it was only up for like 10 minutes. But if that were PewDiePie, man, it'd been made CNN. It would have made probably not many places actually, because who cares? But
what are your kids watching?
Okay, spat my screen. Thanks,
I
man.
say things out of frustration sometimes.
It's great.
And I have to edit them out.
You're human. We're all humans. We all need to get the sticks out of our asses.
I know. But
anyway.
this is just going to be us talking about just whatever. So I don't know if anyone has a game they want to talk about. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a favorite. It doesn't have to be, like, it could just be a piece of shit that you want to rip on and make fun of. It could be something that you know people in this call disagree with you on. And, hold on, sorry. In terms of spoilers, like, we can probably get through a lot of this without having spoilers, but just in case, there's a spoiler warning, possibly. If someone in the call wants to talk about a dumb story element or just something that they think is relevant that they want to bring up, then I'm not going to stop them. But if someone in this call is so adamant to not know anything, we might talk around it anyway. But we'll cross those bridges when we get to it. So.
I got one that's already going to start a shit show.
Oh, is it?
Because me and Brett both believe it's a really great game, and you didn't want to play it because of the microtransaction.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not where I thought you were going.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Go for it.
Fucking Mortal Kombat 10.
Excuse me, it's not 10. That
I'm
game
sorry,
doesn't.
X.
If I look that up, I'm not gonna find anything.
X.
Ah,
That game. Oof. I'm not really into fighting games.
you've
I played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I only played against the easy computer because I liked how flashy it was.
in the time I've known you, I could have sworn you've played. You never played Street Fighter. You never played.
No,
Really?
really.
Huh. Okay.
Oh.
I tried playing them. I sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But Mortal Kombat, I mean, sure, a lot of the time I use, casual ass Scorpion. Although I have branched off. I now use that one dude who Scorpion trained, whose name I can't remember.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Sub-Zero.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah, Shao Kahn. Keep going.
Raiden.
Mila Kunis.
No, he was a new character.
What the? Okay.
I'm gonna look it up while you guys hang.
No. The thing is, when it comes to fighting games, I'm not a big fighting game guy. In the first place, I don't care about them. I'm not good at them. I'm a button masher, and then all my friends learn how to play, and then it's not fun anymore. I liked Dead or Alive. I played a couple games in those series. Street Fighter I never cared for. I'm just not good. I'm not fucking good at fighting games. So Mortal Kombat was a series. Like, I played the originals on the Genesis. I played Mortal Kombat 9 and got through the story mode, and man, was that unfair at times. But I liked it for what it was. I'm just not good at it. It was frustrating for me to play, and I didn't play with anyone online. So when Mortal Kombat X was coming out, I wasn't like... I don't know, Brett or whoever, but you guys were looking forward to that game, right? You were actively
Takashi.
like, gotta play Mortal Kombat.
Or Takeo.
Yeah.
It's Takeo.
Whoever.
Takuda.
I didn't care about it at first, but it was one of those things where, like, you watch some of the trailers and you're like, them people's getting ripped apart, and that's really cool.
I know.
And I want to see it, but then all that dirty microtransaction stuff got shoved in there.
It wasn't even.
And it's not that it was game affecting or game breaking. That looks awesome, by the way. It wasn't that.
Spirit finger.
It wasn't that it was game breaking anyway, but it was a shitty inclusion. It was a dirty corporate inclusion, and for a game I already wasn't that interested in because I don't like fighting games. It killed the little bit of drive I had to go get it. Also, I don't have all the money in the world, so I can't go out and buy
It's
every
on sale
$6
now,
game.
dude.
But so it just, I didn't have a lot of interest, and then it killed the little bit of interest when I heard about that corporate bullshit. I really fucking despise that type of business model. Easy fatalities used to be a cheat code, and then they charged money for them.
They're
It's a
still
shitty
fucking
thing.
super easy.
It's
They
a
are.
shitty fucking thing, dude.
Fucking Scorpion's toasty. You hold block, you push up, up, Y. You done did it. You don't need to spend the 25 cents.
Then why are they in there at all? Why would, like...
For the people who don't want to learn that shit. And
But apparently
still-
it's super easy.
But do you know how
It
you can
is.
get past that kind of shit? Two things. Get good. That's it.
Thank you, Brett.
No,
Like, this
it's...
literally caused arguments between Craig and I.
I don't like them. And, like, Dan's stance is, yeah, I don't like them, but, you know, they're a reality, so deal with them. No, fucker, I'm gonna bitch about them. And people should bitch about them and stop giving them money. The reason why they're...
A lot of people bitched about Obama, and guess what? He was in the White House for 8 years. Like, it doesn't matter if you bitch about it. It's still a reality. It's still happening. We can't stop it.
You can if people stop spending... The problem is that I'm not the person spending money on them. It's the whales that spend $1,000 on stupid fucking shit in their game.
Yeah, and, like...
This year was the year of microtransactions. Last
If a
year was the
company-
game... sorry, I know I'm talking over you, and I'm going to try really hard not to fucking do that. I'm not going to Keemstar this. Last year was the year of broken fucking games. This year, games, for most part, worked, but either had features stripped or shitty things thrown in them. Typically, it was features get stripped, and then they throw in transactions. Like, that was the fucking compromise. Like,
It depends on how a game does it. If a game does it well and it's not game breaking like Mortal Kombat, and you can still play the game and you can still enjoy it and you can still get all the stuff, that's fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
but they just shouldn't. Why are they there then?
For
If
fun.
they're so utterly pointless, don't put them in.
It's
Because
for those
people,
people that, like, you know, that are working 24/7, who want to play this game, and they're like, oh, God, I haven't got enough
They
time to
can't
unlock all
memorize
this
up,
shit."
up, Y. Are you? Fuck you.
Yeah, dude, because they're, like, too busy with their calculations of, like, next week's, like, payment check or some shit. I don't fucking know, but, like,
Or-
you know,
Then they would spend that argument made no sense.
groups like Rooster Teeth, like, I'm sure they don't want to have to sit there and fucking grind everything out. They could just buy something for $20 and now they can make a fucking fatality video.
Well, the point they could do that without. What are you talking about? They still have the fatalities. They can do
I
them
don't
if
think
they're
they
so
work
easy.
unless you unlock them.
Some
This-
you have to unlock. But well, actually, wait. I thought
I don't
was
remember.
it with this one or 9 where if you knew it, you could do it even if you hadn't. One of them you could do them even if you hadn't unlocked them.
I know you could definitely do that in 9.
Or was
But I
it
don't think you
the?
can do it in 10. I think you
Or
have
was
to
it
get
the is brutalities the fucking like super X-ray attack thing?
No, those are X-ray attacks. Brutalities are just a special move that you do at the end.
Combos,
If you
yeah.
Follow. If you do something very specific, for instance, one of Scorpion's is you need to have your health above half, and finish him with a enhanced attack. It'll kill him, but
Those I think you had to actually.
I think
unlock
those
for
had to be
it.
unlocked too. But that would have been a video for fucking Rooster Teeth
But
also if
could
they
just
wanted to make it.
fucking do 'em.
Motherfucker, do you know how good the design is? If you're a fucking character and you're going up against Aaron Black and Aaron Black shoots you a bunch, your character model now has bullet holes in him.
Yeah, I'm not saying the game doesn't look great. That selfie one is the funniest fucking thing
That is amazing.
I have ever seen. They look great, but like I could just go on YouTube and watch them all for free.
Johnny Cage has a brutality that he punches them in the nuts and their testicles pop out of their eyes.
What if it's a girl he's fighting?
Then I think their eyes.
Then they
just
grow
fall.
testicles, I guess.
Oh no, the ovaries come out, baby.
The who?
The ovaries.
Oh. That's not what I heard him say. I didn't hear him say ovaries. So I fucking asked.
Who are the ovaries?
I hate all of you.
I liked it, Craig. If it's on sale, which it's probably going to be on sale soon, because they're going to be fucking, like the Kombat Pack 2 trailer came out, and it's got motherfucking Sector. Oh god, what is the drunk's name? Bo Raichu or whatever the fuck his name is. But they're also bringing Leatherface.
Is it wrong that the first name you said I'm not remembering who that is?
Those
Bo
are classic
Raichu?
characters. Sector was he was one of the he was one of the Lin Kuei who decided to go through the cybernetic thing.
Was he the yellow one?
No, he was the red one.
Okay, that's.
And then
So
Bo
you can't play
Raichu.
as the yellow one.
Bo Raichu was the super drunk who trained Liu Kang, I think. I'm not sure. But then the two celebrity characters are fucking Leatherface and a
Jason.
Xenomorph.
Oh, or
That's
was Jason
combined
already
with
in that?
Baraka.
Or was Jason 9?
No, Jason
Before
was in
these.
10. He was in the first pack. Jason and Predator were the first one. You can do Alien versus Predator now.
I could just watch that great movie.
Or
First one's a lot of fun. Also, good going. So aside from just the microtransaction stuff that was in it, there was the fact that you could pay $20 and unlock all the crypt. So again, you didn't have to do it, but the fact that there's this dedicated player who puts 30, 40 hours into their game and unlocks everything, or I could pay $20 and get it now and then fuck all that hard
okay,
work.
but who had more fun along the way?
Fine. But that shouldn't be there. And also,
And
Goro, a fucking series staple, was a goddamn pre-order bonus only.
He wasn't even always a series staple.
He's been in that series since what, 2?
You couldn't use him in 2, could you?
No, he was just a boss fight.
He's been in the series, is my point. When you think of Mortal Kombat, he's one of like the first 3 or 4 characters that pop in your head, and they locked him out as they locked him behind a fucking essentially a paywall or a pre-order wall. Like
He ain't even good.
That's fucking shitty. Also, apparently,
Wait, so you
also
can't
I
buy
think
him still? Oh.
No, you can buy him for
you
$5.
can, yeah, like,
Oh.
but that shouldn't be. They ripped a fucking character out of the goddamn game and charged you money for him. That's not okay. Also,
it says
I
Goro-
heard the PC version was fucking broken. Like, it was a disaster at launch. But
Fucking
that's,
Ninja says Goro was only playable in Armageddon from what he remembers.
I thought that I could have sworn I've seen him playable.
He was in all the other games. He was always there, and he fucking sucked. But like, I'm just saying, these microtransactions seem like nothing, especially compared to a game that we're going to discuss later on, which you have a lot of things about that one.
Does it involve
No.
rings?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I assumed. But
But we'll get to that later.
well, I don't know. Okay, so Mortal Kombat. Brett, is there do that? Goddamn, fuck for reverse camera angle bullshit. So Brett, is there any game that you want to specifically call out? By the way, all these games around me, I've played a good amount of these, not necessarily all of them. And I don't think most of the people in here have played them all. So
Oh, and quickly, Craig, you really missed out because me, Brett, and Mike, and I think Brett's friend, we were literally doing a King of the Hill match in Mortal Kombat.
not
It was
good.
Oh my god.
I'm not good at fighting games.
Neither am I. Brett kicked my ass.
Bullshit, dude! You spend so much time. Tell me about Phoenix Wright and Marvel, and telling me you're not fucking good at fighting games. Fuck yourself. You
Anyway.
spend 20 hours dedicating yourself to learning things about games. Sorry, tangent, Brett.
All right, go ahead, Brett.
I'll definitely say the one game that really fucking sticks out from this year for me is definitely, I know Craig knows I'm gonna kind of say this in the back of his head, but fucking Witcher 3.
Yep.
Knew it. It was either Witcher or fucking Rocket
game.
League.
Yeah, that was one of those.
No, fucking, like, Witcher 3, because I'm gonna be honest, like, I dabbled a bit with Witcher 2, never played Witcher 1, and I just went, right, like, I'm gonna go straight into Witcher 3, see how it is. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, that's it, waste of money because I bought it digitally. But, that fucking game had me sucked in for like 10 days straight, like, fucking playing it from the moment I woke up to the moment I went
Oh,
to
you
sleep.
disappeared.
Yeah, I just died to everyone. I was like, "Fuck off! I'm playing Witcher 3."
I
had a
remember
friend
talking
come
to you.
over.
I remember talking to you, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, 20 hours into it, and you're like, dude, I've put 120. Like, are you?
Yeah, dude. I remember I actually like because IGN was streaming it. I went into their fucking stream because I wanted to find out if they knew anything like any bonus stuff that I've fucking missed out on. I was like, yeah, I've put in 140 hours into this game in the past 10 days. Blah 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 blah. And like the most useful shit they could give me to like just say, you put 140 hours into this already? What? It was just like, oh, okay, that was fucking useful. But it's just the fact that game, to me, was perfect. There was nothing wrong about that game at all. Like, the story, fantastic. Characters and development and all that kind of shit, amazing. Quests, side quests, random shit happening, just everything all around, amazing. I've never had so much fun in a game I've not had that much fun in a game in a long fucking time. But, yeah, I've only just started playing the DLC for it recently, and that's just fucking... That's just awesome.
I ended up putting like I got okay. So like, I tried. Everyone says The Witcher 2 is amazing. I tried to play it twice, and I just didn't get into it. I tried.
Yeah, no.
And I gave it a good. I didn't just play it. I didn't play it for 5 minutes. I played it for like 10 hours, and it didn't grab me. But then when Witcher 3 was coming out, there was a Steam sale. I got The Witcher 1. I actually really liked The Witcher 1. I never beat it. I got like 20 hours into it, but I really liked it and wanted to get back to it. I just never did. Right. Which is a theme of this year, be playing games and never getting back to them. So when The Witcher 3 was coming, I was kind of excited about it. Of course, I expected all the reviews to be like, best game ever, so... Yeah. But when I played it, yes, I did not beat it. I put like 40, 50 hours into it. I got to... oh god, second, not even the second one, the Skellige.
Yeah,
it's a snowy place.
Yeah,
had sex on a unicorn. That's the last thing. Oh my god, not a real. It wasn't a real unicorn. It was like a unicorn.
Spoilers.
Bed, I think. I don't remember, but
were you on peyote?
No.
That sounds like something you would see if you were on peyote.
Was it a real unicorn? It was a bed with a horn.
Yeah, like you're like it. What's great is that you're doing this like this sneaking mission, where you have to like break into like this mage's lab with your girlfriend, lost lover, wife, amnesia thing. Yennefer. And so you sneak in with her, and she's like, "All right, we got to take this stuff back home, and then we got to get back real quick and go back to the party so they don't get suspicious." And she opens a portal and brings you to her house, and one of the options Geralt could do is just be like, "So, unicorn fucking," and then you do it. I thought there was a pressing matter we had to attend to, but like, nah, you can take the time. It's cool.
Hang it out. Have a quick fuck sesh and get on with it.
But I spent it would relieve the stress of the situation, I would think. But
sessions usually do.
I got so I got like 50 hours into that game, and Brett's right, like, it's incredible. Every single fucking side quest is fun and interesting and worth doing, and the characters are cool in literally every side quest. And not all our RPGs can say that. Combat and movement is like kind of sort of finicky, but it works fine. They've been patching that game like crazy to make it like a little better and a little better. I haven't touched it since.
What's it like?
What do you mean?
I don't know, like, whenever I see videos of it, it kind of reminds me of, like, Fable gameplay, almost.
I don't...
I'd say it's a bit better than Fable.
Well,
gameplay.
Fable is literally X. You win!
Yeah.
Whatever magic is, that wins. But in The Witcher, you can't just spam an enemy. Like, they will block you, they will parry you, they will knock you, or you have to dodge out of the way. If you know if you're like doing a hunt where you're finding like a harpy or a wolf, or not a wolf, that's not a monster, that's not like a mythical creature, but a griffin.
Werewolf.
Or griffin or something, you look up what they're weak to, and before you prepare, you take your potions,
Yeah, you actually have to fucking research what you're hunting and shit. It's just like, you can't just go straight into it and be like, oh, okay, slap, you're dead.
You're
XP.
saying this isn't like Gun?
That's a random fucking game to pull out of your ass,
2005 references.
Fucking Gun? What the hell?
Great White Buffalo.
What the fuck? No, you actually have to fucking read in your bestiary and fucking like see what the weaknesses are and all that kind of shit and stuff. It's just like that game. They
The world
deserve
is
Game of the Year.
great. It feels alive more than like any other world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like when a glitch happens, that means it stands out a lot more. But I didn't have a ton of glitches happen to me personally. But
So I
like,
should probably get it.
it's if you like RPGs, it's a great game, and there's like 100+ hours of content in there.
Even
easily.
more.
Easily.
It's
And
insane.
what I like is that, like, to counter the point of the last game where like microtransactions, The Witcher treats its goddamn customers with fucking respect. They release free stuff, free updates, and they released a full DLC thing. And instead of it being like, "Hey, why don't you get the $50 season pass?" What is it, $8 for this new whole story in a new
That
area
adds, like,
with new
fucking
characters
60
and voice
hours.
acting? Like,
$8.
fucking, The Witcher is a
It's
very good
insane.
game, and I really do want to get back to it. It fell to the wayside when stuff
You never
kept coming
finished
out.
it then.
No, I got to Skellige.
Yeah.
I believe Sex on a Unicorn stands out. I did that. I know that happened. We went to a party and a bunch of like people threw their swords on a table to like become nominees for being the new king.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I remember happening.
Right. Okay. So you're literally like 10% in the story.
Wow.
Bullshit. But also that game is one of those things where if you just mainline the story, the main quest, you're gonna miss out. You're probably gonna like the worst ending because like all of these side things with these characters that Geralt has a relationship with, if you don't do them, then you're just not gonna get the quests later that flow off of them and make you get the good or better ending. My friend has actually said the ending is not very good. Like the last part isn't that good, but I haven't beaten it myself.
So it's like that other game.
Well, it depends what ending you got.
We'll
It's
talk
like
about later.
it's got like 30 different endings apparently, or some shit like that. It's ridiculous.
Well,
but yeah, I had to get the worst ending on my
Why?
first playthrough because I fucked everyone.
Well, no, you
Kill
didn't
them or
get
fuck them?
didn't get the worst. Yeah, actually, yes. Clarify.
Did you kill or bone?
I boned everyone.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
bone
when
it.
you say there, I know what scene you're talking. In terms of worst ending, I think you're talking about worst relationship ending.
Oh no. Even still, like I got judged, dude, by a lot of people. They're like, "Oh man, you stuck your dick in everyone."
And you were
You're
just
a
like,
dick.
it's the Middle Ages. That's what we do.
Red's playing and he's just like, this isn't much different than.
Fuck bitches, eat chicken wings.
Yeah! Party life!
I do want to get back to The Witcher at some point.
I'll probably
Oh,
get it.
definitely.
Like, especially since it's the end of the year and Xbox always likes to have those sales. If The Witcher comes up, I'll probably get it. I mean,
All
why
right.
not?
Oh, you should definitely play it. I mean, like, I've played it on Xbox One, and I'm playing for it now on PC. I'll definitely say it's way better on PC because just little details like like when you go into your menu and everything, it's a bit jolty and a bit slow. Like,
Inventory kind of sucks.
You
on
sound
it
like
sucks.
Craig.
I'm being fucking
What do you
honest.
mean? He sounds like me. Being critical?
Because you were fucking like, I remember you were playing goddamn Tomb Raider and you're just like, oh god, it's so much better on the PC because that hair tech.
Wait. Dan's gonna be saying this shit and hating because he hasn't got a PC that can play mind fucking
Have you
sweepers.
seen
Bullshit!
So-
I have a really nice PC, I just like controllers.
Have you seen the hair tech
Wait.
on Tomb Raider? He's talking about the first Tomb Raider, not the newer one.
Yeah, we're not...
The tessellation, man! It's real hair! Kinda.
You just said that like I like playing with controls. You can plug that shit into your PC, Dan.
Motherfucker, I was trying to play Battlefront 2 yesterday and it didn't recognize it.
That's
Well,
because
you
it's a
gotta
game from
fucking-
2005! We didn't
It
do
was on
that
the
shit!
Xbox!
Wait, what?
Battlefront 2 was on the Xbox.
No. I'm saying in terms of controllers being synced up to PC games, that wasn't a thing back then.
Republic Commando worked, I think.
I think that came out later, if it did.
Barely.
And I
Mate,
probably
you
don't
need to
think
get
it
that
did.
new Steam controller. That's why you're going wrong.
You want me to get a Steam controller?
Have you played with that yet?
No, I don't have money. I'm not rich and I don't live in the UK. The real land of the free.
Okay.
We ain't
We're going
free over
places.
here, man.
I'll get on it.
Witcher
Opening
3
my
is
ass
half
for it.
off on Steam apparently right now, Dan. So
Well,
I'll play
Ninja.
it on the PC.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll definitely say Witcher 3 really stood out as the best game this year. And like just to add on, I'm not gonna go deep into this, but like I'd say if it wasn't Witcher 3, if that didn't get released this year, it'd definitely be Bloodborne. That game was
You would.
We could get back around to that.
Oh yeah.
Wait your turn.
Yes, teacher.
I think someone needs to have a sit down in the quiet corner for a second.
So I guess
While
I'll
the
pick a
grown-ups
game.
talk, Dan.
I'll
Yeah,
pick a
just
game that
pick
came out
something.
this year, I guess. Jesus. Which I don't think. No, Dan definitely didn't play it. I know for a fact Brett played it. Dying Light.
Yeah.
Dying Light's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had fun on it.
Yeah, I made a video out of it. No, did we just do that one?
I think
Bad Batch? The April Fool's thing?
Was that
no,
that
because we went back to it afterwards, didn't we?
No,
Or-
you're right. We did do a video, but that wasn't bad. I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
one? I thought you were talking about that other game. With
I
the
did
weird
too. Yeah, we did too.
wolves.
Yes, definitely. We did
Yeah.
too. Yes. But Dying Light, if you like Dead Island, which Dan definitely played. We played it together.
Yeah, I remember I was that one dude who like had the knuckles.
I've got a zombie on me, and you can't harm me.
Voodoo, ya voodoo, bitch.
Who?
What was his name?
Sam B.
Sam B.
Sam B. Right.
Sam B got the thing to make it go all right. Voodoo, ya voodoo,
Dying
bitch.
Light is Dead Island done way better. I like Dead Island, but Dead Island is faulty as hell. Like, it has
Oh,
so
God,
many
it was so
problems.
broken.
It's so janky, but it's a fun game. And you just have to look past those problems. Dying Light, way better, way smoother. Parkour is some of the best first-person parkour in a game, just straight up. There's Mirror's Edge, and then there's Dying Light. The combat's fun. The story is incredibly dumb, cliched, but I had my fun playing through it. Like, people shit on the story all day, but I was like, I had a fun ride. It's fine. Like, I don't. And the co-op is a lot of fun. It's just fun kicking zombies. I wish Bad
Drop
Batch was a
kicking zombies.
thing. I wish that was just a thing I could turn on. The Bad Batch, like,
Yeah.
kick zombies and they fly like a mile away thing. I wish that was a thing.
They've added the vehicles now, though, haven't they? Or have
Oh
they?
yeah, they said they were gonna add
Yeah.
it, but I don't remember specifically. Although next year they are doing the enhanced edition, which is gonna up the graphics, change animations, fix bugs, include all the DLC and a brand new thing of DLC. And if you already bought Dying Light, you get it. It's yours. You're for free. They're not gonna charge you any extra, which is a very, very great precedent that I wish a lot more developers would do, because that is incredibly cool of Techland. But Dying Light's a lot of fun. I don't really think there's much more to say about it other than it's fun. Yep. So,
Yeah,
hey Dan,
yeah.
let's just go another game.
Oh, my turn. All right, this one's.
What's
game
in that
of the
red
year.
cup, by the way? Sorry, Dan.
well,
Coke.
I had two. One was Coke, that is empty now, and one is Arnold Palmer.
What the fuck's an Arnold Palmer?
Arnold Palmer is lemonade and iced tea mixture, basically.
Don't you
very
drink
good.
any alcohol?
It has a golfer on. No, it has a golfer on the front, being like, yeah. I believe his
Arnold
name was
Palmer.
Arnold Palmer.
Why did you say Arnold? there?
Arnold Palmer. I'm trying to make sure I say Arnold.
Yeah, but you're saying Arnold.
Arnold.
You sound like
Arnold.
Arnold. You sound like Arnold.
It's
I will just
Arnold
say,
Palmer. Come
right
on.
now,
To the
if-
chopper.
If you are in the stream right now, I might not be looking at the chat because, like, I'm kind of we're having a talk, but
Having the old chitty chat.
we're having a chat. But like at the end, I'll be like, all right, chat. Near the end, I'll be like, all right, chat. Like, if you have games that you want to,
We'll take
bring up, but
questions.
that's not what I said, but whatever.
We'll
Dan, show everybody. Fuck him. He doesn't even have a webcam, but he's important. Anyway, go Dan.
It's just a fucking cartoon.
Okay. Brett, that face. All right, game of the year right now. Taken King.
Go.
I'm kidding.
Fuck yourself.
I don't actually.
That's
know
an
what first-
expansion. Doesn't count. Go
I
ahead.
don't know when that first episode came out because it might have come out last year. I think maybe it was early this year. Fucking Tales of the Borderlands.
Isn't it Tales from the Borderlands?
From the Borderlands.
I think you're right. But basically, when it comes to episodic games, when they finally finish coming out, that's their year. So 2000.
Are you doing the Diamond Dallas Page like? Like,
That's a fat guy. All right.
no, fucking. There hasn't been a game, well, since Sunset Overdrive, that
So about a year.
haven't fucking like. I laughed so fucking hard at Tales from the Borderlands. Every single time I played it, and I streamed all of them. And I mean, I tried to explore as fucking much as possible, but holy shit, it was an adventure. And granted, it does that whole telltale thing where your choices seem like they make a difference, but ultimately they really don't make a difference. Like in this one, not to spoil anything, I'm pretty sure it just changes a fight scene depending on the choices that you made.
Fight scene.
The big fight scene.
The ending?
Yes.
Depending
I've not
on
played
something
this,
you
by the
do in
way.
the first episode? Is that what you're talking about, that choice?
I did different things in early episodes that allowed me to do different things in later episodes, but ultimately it's still the same ending because it's Telltale and they can't really have it diverge too far from the path.
I will say that Telltale, I thought last year was kind of losing it. I thought The Wolf Among Us was really good, but not as good as I was hoping for. And I went on a very long tirade about how season 2 of The Walking Dead was not very good.
There's a video of it.
There's a very long discussion of last year if you want to look it up. Tales from the Borderlands, the best thing they have done since Walking Dead. Granted, they're different types of games. But you know what? Even in Tales from the Borderlands, I fucking cared about those characters. I cared about what happened to those dudes. It was a lot of fun. There's a scene involved in this, which is the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Brett, how far did you play into it?
Brett.
He's muted, isn't he?
Right?
Brett.
What?
Was that you not listening because of spoilers?
Yes, I'm kind
Okay,
of.
how about this? If we start
Playing
talking about a
Elevate.
spoiler thing,
Right.
and I don't know, fucking, you tell us you're gonna mute yourself, and then I'll do that. I'll hold up a card, it's safe, and then you can
I
come
didn't even
back.
mute it. I just kind of just dumbed out for a sec.
Oh my god. How
Wait,
far
what
did
are
you
you
play
talking
into it, Brett?
Of what?
Tales from the Borderlands.
I've not even touched it yet.
I thought you played the first one.
No.
Can
No,
you,
monster.
Brett, I think what everyone in the world needs in their life is a full day where Brett just streams from 1 to 5 Tales from the Borderlands, so
Oh, I've
we
been
can
planning
all.
it.
I think that
Is
should
it
be
all out now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's all
they're
out.
done.
Okay, I'll definitely be doing that then.
because it is so like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into it just because I'll just tell you it's that whole Telltale thing. You can't get too far away from things,
Right. Yeah.
but you still feel bad for whatever you choose.
Yeah.
Because they will give you choices that you're just like
It's one of those things where the magic is back. One of my big complaints with season 2 of The Walking Dead was it was clear as day that they had an intended path, and if you didn't choose it, they just went, let's still do what we were planning on anyway, not hide
Yeah.
it. But in Tales, I fucking felt like everything I did was when I made a decision, a meaningless decision, I would tell Dan, and he was like, "You fucked up. Picked the wrong goddamn thing, piece of
You
shit."
did something very early on that you fucked up.
Is it one of the last things you do in episode 1? Does it involve a suitcase?
Don't stop
That's
much.
not as specific.
Brett's got to have the
No,
magic.
no, there's a suitcase involved.
Yeah. Although I will, Dan, did you? I'm not getting into specifics, so Brett, you're safe. Did you think the ending was satisfying? Is all
Yeah,
I'll say.
I loved it. I was so happy.
Okay. I want to know what happened, but
I sent you a picture. Remember, after it happened, you were just like, "That was way different than what I did."
are you talking about when it did
The
there's
result.
an ending pose with here's everyone with percentages? Is that yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brett, you need to play it. It's Borderlands. You know how funny Borderlands is. So fucking play it. I will be attending that stream the whole day, and I will be in the chat telling you, go fuck yourself. You did that wrong. Get better.
They nail that. It's great. It's a great series.
Oh, I'll definitely be going for it. I mean, I was gonna play Game of Thrones, but everyone's hating on that.
I heard that was all right, got a little better, and then dropped it, just failed. So I own it. I want to play it, but I don't know if I want to anymore.
Yeah, waste of time a day.
All right, Brett, your turn.
Bloodborne.
All right.
See, I can't get into this. I never played this.
It was like an M. Night Shyamalan style twist. I did not see that coming.
What a twist.
Well, Dan does not have a PS4, and Bloodborne is PS4 only. You've played Dark Souls, though.
I hated it.
Yes.
You didn't. No.
It's very convoluted and confusing.
And that's what makes it great, because then you figure it out. You feel real good.
I
This is
can't.
why I love Bloodborne though, because I suck at Dark Souls. I'm just stood there like with my shield and my little sword, like, when do I hit this guy? Do I have to wait to? Oh god, I'm dead. That's
And I'm
it.
waiting, by the way,
sucks.
because in a few seconds, I'm gonna look at Ninja in the fucking chat being like, oh, you need to get better at Dark Souls, Dan. Wait for it. Fucking
He is
pray
Dark Souls
for it.
entitled. He's always,
I don't care. Dark Souls can suck the fattest part of my nut. Like,
How did you not know that that giant ogre was around the corner and gonna kill you if you turn, like, cause it's my first fucking, there's no
Hey.
indication of that? That's why.
I will say Demon Souls is better than Dark Souls. Case closed. But to beat all those, I would say Bloodborne is the fucking clear winner for me, because I know there's a lot of people out there that like their games where it's like, you know, you take your time, strategy, and all that kind of thing. But Bloodborne is so aggressive. Like, you know, like, the whole.
You don't have a
it's
shield.
like-
No shields.
yeah, no shield. You have a fucking gun.
Yeah, to parry people.
That is your parry fucking attack, shooting them in the face. You back down, kid. But just the whole art style, the environment, the like the fucking creatures you fight, and like the bosses. I've never played a game where I've been more excited to fucking like find out what the next boss is that I'm gonna like encounter, because every time it was just like, holy shit, I'm gonna beat this. And just like just the whole like attack system, what I was talking about a second ago, like instead of standing there waiting for your moment to strike and everything, it's all about just full on, oh, slash the fuck out of him. Oh, he hit me a little bit. Oh, my health bar's gone down. Fuck it, I can get that back if I just keep hitting him.
It's way more active. Like in Dark Souls, and like there were players that didn't play like this, but seemingly me and Brett both played the same way of shield up at all times, never let go of shield button,
Yeah.
have a guy wail on you until there's an opening. But in Bloodborne, you need to get the fuck out of the way and get your... I never got timing down with pairing, so basically we just say, shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, that one worked. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Like,
Sounds
waste
like-
all of my ammo in one fucking go.
Well, I've been I'm going through it again recently, like I was telling you earlier, Craig. I'm actually going through it again with Seth and Telion, and like I'm starting a new character over and everything, and it's one of those games where you just go back to it after not playing it for a while, and it's like, this is so much fun. Like,
Do you
can just
remember most of it? Like, do you remember
Oh
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
things
Oh,
are?
dude, I remember a lot of it because I grinded the fuck out of every single area. Just, I mean, like I'm a level with my original character. I'm a level 115 after 60 hours of playing. But it's just like I grinded out every single area just so I can get up to that level and just beat the fuck out of every boss. But it's so much fun. And like my first playthrough, I did it completely solo player, like by myself, and like playing now with Seth and like Telion, like, you know, two other people, it's just completely different. It's like it's a full-on co-op game, going through the whole like areas, just wiping out. It's just so much fun.
Is it easy to get them into game? I never really bothered
Yes,
with that. Like
it
the
is.
whole point of that system in Demon Souls and Dark Souls was you're playing with strangers. There's no way to communicate, and in like on Dark Souls and stuff, if you tried to be in a party, it would say get out of the party or we're kicking you offline.
Right.
Because it didn't want you playing. So with Bloodborne, can friends join you, or is
Yeah.
it just about
Yeah.
let's go to this area
So
and
easy.
then okay?
It's so easy. Like basically, all you have to do is ring your little bell. But obviously, before you do that, you just set up your network with a password, and make sure you friends have the same password, and that's it. You get to play together. But you got to be within like 10 levels of each other, either, like, you know, and
Yeah,
it's not gonna work if not. But yeah, dude, I mean, we've had so much fun recently.
I accidentally beat it after 35 hours, and I was like, "This is the shortest one of these. What the hell?" But it all felt like it felt really tight. Like nothing felt like filler, so I wasn't complaining about that. But I was like, "Those games typically take me like 60 hours, and this took me 35." Turns out, I only got one of the 4 umbilical cord pieces.
Yeah, I remember you saying about this.
Whoops! Like I didn't know I was walking into the final fight, and then I grinded out and then fought him 7 times, and finally, they were like, "Yeah, oh god, everything's been reset because I'm starting over from the it kicks me back to the beginning." The only thing I'm worried about with Bloodborne is that I hope that there isn't like Dark Souls 3 this year, Bloodborne 2, Dark Souls 4, because that will
Yeah.
fatigue this. Like after I didn't beat Dark Souls 2, it was fine. It was another one of those games and it was really good. It wasn't as good as the first one. But there needs to be a little more space between these games because that was two different developers making them, and it's the same game in like basic concept.
I know they are pushing them out pretty fast now, but I don't know if that's because, obviously they're using the same engine and stuff, but it's just like, I hope they're good. I mean, I'm looking forward to Dark Souls 3 because that looks more like Bloodborne now. Like, if you go and watch that after playing a shit ton of Bloodborne, you'll be like, holy shit, there's like enemies from Bloodborne in this. There's the same weapons and fucking April and all that kind of shit. It's like, oh, okay.
I like how in Bloodborne you can find one shield, and it's a wooden shield. It's a piece of shit. And it's like, you shouldn't use this, pussy. Don't use this. Like, it's not gonna work if you do, so don't.
There's just no point. But I mean, today was the first time I've ever had like people invade my game. Holy shit, that's a game changer.
I know it's a great part. It's a great thing, like in terms of design.
I'm not saying it's great.
I hate it. No, like it's really interesting. It keeps you on your toes. I fucking hate it. Like, I personally, I just want like, oh look, there's the exit to this hard area. White wall. Let's go. Fuck. Someone who is better. They're all better than me. Because they spend all day fighting other players. Like, they know what to do. Fuckers.
Yeah, dude. I mean, oh, God. Like, I had, like, 30,000 blood echoes or whatever that I needed to deposit. And just before I went to the fucking, like, the little lamp to go back to the Hunter's Dream, a guy just jumped in the game wearing a dress and a fucking wig. And he was like, hey, you're dead. It's like, oh, brilliant. I've just lost fucking everything. You dick. But, I mean, that game, so much fun. I've got nothing really bad to say about that, apart from that one little bit just then. But yeah, I'm going for it again right now with Seth.
Alrighty.
It's a fucking experience.
So now, I'm looking through my list here. I'm gonna pick a game that will actually cause some kind of probably debate.
What?
That I know all of us have played.
It's actually a really good thing that you guys were playing that because Lisa was grabbing her stuff because she was heading home. So like while you guys were talking, we were quietly cleaning
Should've
stuff.
kicked her out.
No, she just needed to go home.
Bye, Lisa.
She's already gone.
Bye,
okay.
Lisa.
She's already gone.
So.
Bye, Lisa!
Fuck off, man. Let's talk about.
Sex?
Let's talk about.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh.
Star Wars Battlefront is not a very good game.
Yes, it is.
Did anyone hear that?
I did.
Maddie, I'm doing work, so would you kindly shut the fuck up?
Greg's gonna get beaten on the live stream.
I will. Yep, I can get away with that now.
She's gonna come down and choke
Dude,
so
you
Dan
don't
says,
get
Dan says, yes, it's a very good game. Brett? Maddie, shut! I'm gonna have to text her and yell at her quietly.
She's gonna calm down with a newspaper rolled up so tight.
Anyway, Brett, I don't think it's a very good game. Dan says, yes, it is a good game. Brett?
I'm on the fence. I mean, like, I've enjoyed it. I've had good, like, every time I've played it, like, I've had a good session. I've not had good sessions on the console version. I'm better on the PC because it's all so much smoother.
Right.
No, Dan, come on, dude. Come on.
No, come
on.
play with
you're
me.
You're living that peasant console life. Come on. Just go over there.
If you want to come and play, come play console with me. We have fun. Ask fucking Maddie when she comes down and chokes Craig. We played that together and we had so much fucking fun.
Look, this is what I'll say about Battlefront. Okay. The beta came out. I played Battlefront with the originals. I played Battlefront 1, like on the original Xbox. I never played Battlefront 2, but I played a lot of Battlefront 1. And I want to say that both of you are also in that camp, at the very least. So I loved that game back then. And so when they were making another one, and DICE was making it, they made aside from that one time when they made Battlefield 4, they make really good games. So I was really excited for it, and I played the beta a little bit on my own and a little bit with Dan. And when I was playing it, like, because I was playing with Dan, I had like some fun. There was some fun to be had. We were still figuring stuff out, and the one thing I would say that the game nails is Star Wars. It looks amazing. It is one of the best looking games that came out this year. Sounds great. It nails Star Wars. Like, when you see A New Hope, that's the sounds being used because of the license, so it's great. But in terms of playing it, it's not like playing it is a broken, like, miserable experience, but after like a couple hours and the Star Warsness fades away and like that's no longer amazing, it's so fucking dull and boring and never evolves and is so simplistic. And EA has come out and said, like, yeah, we made a game for casuals so that 8-year-olds could enjoy it. Like, that's great, but that's not fucking engaging. There's also not a lot of content to it. So and there's not a lot of maps. There's 9 modes, but most of them are kind of like not that great or exciting. Like,
there's only like 3 that are good.
Walker Assault. There's one that's like Rush that I forget the name of.
Supremacy is good. Turning Point
Supremacy.
sucks. And
Which one is Turning Point?
Turning Point is that new one.
Is that the one that's kind of like Supremacy?
It's kind of like it, but it sucks.
You can have some fun with the hero with the hero. Is it called Heroes vs Villains? Is that
Heroes vs Villains.
You can have some fun with that because it's just a bunch of overpowered people running around throwing shit at each other, and you get to be them.
Yeah, it's great because it's really hard to be that.
But once the this is Star Wars shit wears off, that's why like I don't just straight up say don't buy Battlefront. It is not worth $60.
Whoa.
I would say if you have a Star Wars fix, because there's a movie out and the movie's pretty good, and you're like jonesing, rent it, play it for a day, and then you'll be done with it. You won't care because the gameplay never changes. It never fucking evolves. The unlocks you get really don't change much. Most of them are useless. It's just when I played the beta, I was like, okay, I feel like I've played everything I need to play, and the only reason I bought it at all is because Maddie and I's anniversary came up, and she really wanted it, so I bought it for her, and she's really enjoying it, and that's great. She's enjoying it. Dan's enjoying it. Brett kind of seems to enjoy it. I think it is a middle of the road, not all that exciting. Just not very good. And that $50 season pass is a fucking joke. That is a fucking ripoff.
That is a joke.
But like,
and seriously, like I only play 3 of the fucking games. I play Walker Assault, I play Heroes vs Villains, and I play Fire Squad.
single player stuff
I don't get why they didn't do a campaign for it. That's what kills me inside.
They have those short little cutscenes during the survival mode, and you're just like you could do that. You could have fucking done a campaign. The shooting is okay, so you could have done a campaign. Why wouldn't you? Just because, well, no one plays it, but everyone bitched about it. Why the fuck? And fine, if you don't want to, that's also a problem that I have with this year and how games are going, is that if you want to focus on multiplayer, that's fine. If you don't want to have a campaign, I'll live with it. Then you better deliver on the multiplayer and have shitloads of content for it. And games this year just have it. They rip out the campaign, they take out multiplayer features, and then they go, same price. Here you go. It's not an atrocious game. It's a disappointing game. It's a disappointing game that I have no interest to ever fucking touch again.
Like, I'm not sitting here saying that it's game of the year. I know 100% that is not game of the year. But I generally have a lot, like, Peyton is in love with that fucking game. Like, he plays it all the goddamn time.
Peyton's typically not a multiplayer shooter guy, though, right? That's not.
No, but he loves this one.
Which is I feel like that's a testament to the fact that it is aimed more toward a much more simplistic, more casual shooter fan. Because the game is it's a very easy game. Weapons have no fucking recoil. They all feel exactly the same. And maybe you can blame that on the fact that it's Star Wars, but the old Battlefronts made guns feel different. Like,
not really. I don't remember any of those guns.
I remember the shotgun blaster. I remember they felt.
Yeah, there's a shotgun in this one.
But
it's a pistol, but it does the same thing.
Those are two different.
No, it's like that pistol from fucking, what was that? Black Ops 2, the fucking shotgun pistol. Do you remember that?
No.
Black Ops 2 with silver.
Yes.
See, Brett gets it. Yeah, it's basically that.
Oh, is it like the revolver-looking one? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have a shotgun, they have a sniper, and they have, blaster pistols, and like...
They don't feel very different, most of them. Also...
Oh, don't do it.
Also,
I know what you watched. Because I know the
just because I've watched Angry Joe's review, dick, doesn't mean I don't have the capability to form my own fucking opinion.
So bring up the blaster.
Dan likes to Keemstar all fucking day and be like, well, I know you watched this video, so clearly you have no opinion of your own. Like, no, fucker, it's shitty regardless.
Insane. This has been a bit... Okay, listen.
This is the point I'm gonna make. This is the point I'm gonna make, and then Dan can do whatever the fuck stupid shit nonsense he wants to spew out of his face. The fact that the single best gun in the game, is it Han Solo's? That's what it's supposed to be.
It is.
The single best fucking gun in the game is unlocked at level 25, 30, 35, something like that. It's the last gun you can get. Or, if you pre-ordered it, they just gave you it up front. You paid us $10 up front, so here you go. Or was it Digital Deluxe or was it pre-order? It was one of the two. You gave us $10, so here's the gun, and now you are overpowered and can kill every other new person until they grind for however many hours it takes to get to level 25. Shitty business practices, I don't care what Dan says, it's a shitty thing to do. It is a crappy corporate decision, especially when that game has very little content to start. Go ahead, Dan. How am I wrong? Where's the invalidation? Craig watches reviews, reads reviews, therefore no opinion of his own review guy. Pew, pew, pew. Let's go.
What is that?
I mean, do we really want to get into this in the Game of the Year discussion?
What?
I'm waiting.
I'd laugh so hard if that chair broke.
I'm waiting.
Look, the point I make is, and one of the things that I came up with, because I always hear it all the time, if you listen to a white noise recording and nobody tells you what they think they hear, you might not hear anything. But the second somebody says, oh, it sounds like somebody is saying, like, get out, then you're going to start hearing it. And it's the same thing. Like, a reviewer can alter your perception.
That is true.
Like, you're going to start nitpicking things that you heard the reviewer say.
I played the beta, dick. I had my own fucking opinions before anyone had reviews. Dickhole. And guess what? I knew about that blaster pre-order thing before Angry Joe said anything. I just didn't think it would be, the best gun in the game.
It's not. I get killed with other guns all the time.
Because
It's
they
not
haven't
like
got
I'm overpowered. I get killed by the first fucking gun.
I hate you. I fucking despise you.
Like, there's a game later on that we're going to discuss, of course, because it needs to be discussed and it has to do with rings on the things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went into that with no, anything, and I felt disappointed, but that was because I, myself, was disappointed. I feel like you went into it already thinking, well, I'm going to be disappointed because everybody told me that I'm going to be disappointed, and then there was no chance for you to come back from disappointment.
What are you talking?
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that you do.
No, it's not, asshole. I hate
Brett's
you.
loving this.
Damn, this is great. I wish I had popcorn.
When Dan and I, whenever we fucking have this, he's just like, your opinion's invalidated because someone else said it before I heard it from you.
I'm not saying it's
and it's such
invalidated.
shitty. It's
I'm just
so
saying you're
fucking
heavily
shitty.
biased.
Oh my god, it's not a fucking bias, you dumb motherfucker. How about when I watched Angry Joe's review of Star Wars Battlefront, I sat there going, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that because I formed that opinion all on my fucking own first. I agree with that because I thought that too. Fucker.
Was Angry Joe the first thing that you watched that had to do with Star Wars?
No, he takes a week and a half to get his reviews out after everyone else has already gotten theirs out.
Did you read IGN before then?
Yeah, they released their reviews like day one, and he come a week and a half later. I don't think they mentioned the fucking gun in their review, cock. So
look, I'm somebody who I'll watch reviews afterwards to see how people think about it, and while there are some points that I agree with Joe, there's a lot that I don't agree with. And
that's great. You like the game more than I do. Of course you're gonna disagree.
Game's bomb, dog. Ninja says we just need to fuck already.
You're an ass. Dude, you suck. You're so bad. So, Star Wars Battlefront, it's not a great game. It's a disappointing game. It's not worth $60. Do not buy it.
10 out of 10.
Brett, I can agree. Thank you. God damn this reverse camera bullshit. Thank you, Brett. I have no desire to touch.
Local grocer's freezer.
I have no desire to touch that game again.
Whoa! Even if me and Brett are playing, if I can somehow coax Brett to come and play,
I guess because every game is inherently more fun with friends. But and again, it's not a broken game. It's just
you can only be in a party with 2 people in that game, right?
No, you can be a party
have
of
a
4,
partner
but
and
there
shit.
can be only one
partner. So
if
someone's gonna be left behind regardless.
No, then we get Seth in on it or something. I don't know.
That game is a flat line for me now. Like if I play it, I feel nothing.
Actually, you
There's
know what?
better games than
You know
that
what?
to play right
Craig,
now.
you're not invited because you'll be a wet blanket. Like me and Brett will be having a fun time, but you'll be like, I really wish this blaster would work better.
No, the blasters work fine, and they just suck.
You'll get killed by it and be like, oh god, that guy's like only level 2, and he fucking paid money, and now he broke the game.
If he has that blaster, then yeah. Jesus Christ, Dan.
Love it.
I hate you. Anyway, so there you go. There's that. Mark that off. Check it off. Dan.
10 out of 10.
Let's discuss.
Oh, we're discussing. Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah. Yeah. I brought up Battlefront, so yes.
I mean, you got mad at a game. How long are we doing this? Because we have a lot.
As long as we deem it necessary or fun.
Because I can already get into this, and boy, howdy, I'm sure. I think Brett agreed with it. I heard him just do a little bit of a hint to what he agrees with. But dear God, I don't care. Like, I'm very appreciative that somebody bought it for me.
Who bought what?
But dear God, I still cannot love Call of Duty anymore.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
It's my abusive boyfriend, and he beat me too many times, and now I don't want to go back.
Yeah,
I'm
you
empowered.
kind of hit the nail on the head with the abusive boyfriend thing, because you go back to it, it's like, oh, well, I'm not saying I've ever had a boyfriend. I would say girlfriend. But
You didn't even need the clarification. Like, what the...
Brett?
I'm going to just say girlfriend. Abusive girlfriend. She called my fucking eyes out. No, it's like you enjoy it. It's like, oh my God, this is great. This is like, this is awesome. Then you keep playing it, and it's like, it's the same shit over again. I don't know what it is with Call of Duty.
How much? I think, Dan, you played some multiplayer, some zombies. I doubt you even touched, or did you touch the campaign?
I got about maybe halfway through the campaign, and
not
it just
good, is
felt
it?
like the samey fucking wank sesh of goddamn adrenaline, guns, robots? Question mark.
Is it
Okay,
just
I can
me?
dig it.
Let me ask you. When it comes to the fucking campaign, was like every set piece just a flat line to you? Because it was to me. Like a building would fall down, I'd be like, yeah, I've seen that about 700 times. Like, I don't care. It's not exciting anymore.
With the part with the water, and I'm just like, oh, this is kind of cool, but this is tedious and annoying, and I can't move forward 5 steps without having to put down my stupid fucking knife to keep myself from throwing away!
The hurricane where the winds are blowing real hard. So even though you're a super soldier, you have to anchor yourself into the ground.
Oh.
And then they have that shitty water jump scare. Attempt at a jump scare. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're swimming under the bridge, and then a body, like, you're coming out of a tunnel, and then a body, like a fucking...
Pottery?
Fuck off. Like a fucking pop-up stand at a shitty haunted house, a body goes... like, out in front of you. But the thing is that, depending on how fast you're swimming... Like, I was swimming, and all of a sudden I heard a bit, and I was like... Oh. The body was like, it missed its trigger by a couple seconds. So... That campaign is bad.
See,
It's a
Nuka
bad
gets
campaign.
it. Nuka Legend gets it. Fucking from Aaron Hansen. I don't feel anything for that game anymore.
Campaign, it has a handful of interesting ideas, and if you read up on it afterwards, because it ends in a way that makes you go, the fuck just happened?
I didn't even beat it. I need to beat it, apparently.
You do not.
Campaign.
The campaign is the weakest, not only in the Black Ops, but it's the weakest campaign since...
Oh my God.
Ghosts. It's the weakest campaign since Ghosts.
We played zombies, and like, zombies used to be fun, and now they have made it so fucking confusing.
Complicated?
They've added too much. They have made it too complicated, too complex. It used to be fun.
It used to be a house, and you defended the house.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the original, but I'm saying like...
But it's gotten complicated over the years, though. Like, it's been pretty
But
complicated.
now it's fucking so dumb. It's just like, why the fuck do I have to turn into some like weird
Cthulhu.
darkness creature to climb up here and use my weird electricity? Oh, I have electricity? Oh, I forgot to tell you, we have electricity now. We're gonna shoot that panel. Oh, fucking great. It's gonna be fun. And then, like, we get to level 8 every single fucking time, and they spawn a boss. Why did they spawn a boss at level 8? Oh, you're supposed to be overpowered at that point because you're supposed to know that you need to go into the one room with the goddamn totem and spin it 3.5 fucking times before the zombies get you. Do you know how to make a crawler? You better know how to make a fucking crawler because, dear God, you can't do anything while the zombies are coming.
I think the zombies mode is fun, but it is incredibly... It's one of those things that you need to dedicate a good chunk of your life to figuring the fuck... If you're not... Like, granted, you can just go on the internet now and just look it up, but it's one of those things that you need to dedicate so much of your time just to figuring out the puzzle with no indication that they have laid at your feet. and you're Jeff Goldblum or Ron Perlman. That's cool. Like, it's fine.
Or Heather Graham.
And Heather Graham and the other guy.
Cool! It's great. You got all these celebrities. Can you get like some good people to come in and change the goddamn? I'm about to throw my chair. I'm so.
I
I
think-
think the fucking funding goes, the budget, it just goes straight into the actors coming in. They don't give a fuck about the game anymore.
I think zombies is like, it's fun, but I've never like loved zombies personally. I've had fun playing it with friends, except that there was one time playing Black Ops 1. Which one had the presidents? There was an achievement for pack a
That was
punching.
Black Ops 1, and that was amazing.
Oh, that
There
was
was
awesome.
there was one where you played as the presidents. Although Dan, I don't know if you remember this or not, but there was one where one of the achievements, whereas you had to like, get very lucky and everything had to go your way, and you had to pack a punch a knife, and it turned into a healing knife, and then you had to revive a downed teammate by shooting the ballistic knife. And it got to the point where after so many attempts, I screamed at Dan like he had just run over my fucking dog. I screamed at him, and then everything got quiet. We managed to get the achievement, and then we didn't talk for 2 weeks. He hated my fucking guts. I felt terrible, but Dan is a passive-aggressive shit that won't respond even if I apologize multiple times.
I just didn't want to talk to you, dude. You were being a massive.
I
dick.
know,
The same thing
I
with
know.
Grand Theft Auto.
Fuck you. But,
Motherfucker, dude, like, 5 was great with the presidents. It was awesome, because you get to fucking be, here's John F. Kennedy running through the hallways. Oh, you picked up all the red phones? Now you get to blast Eminem while you're killing zombies. DEFCON 4!
But that president's thing, like, it had complicated stuff, but it wasn't so complicated that you couldn't wrap your mind around it pretty quickly. There's so much shit crammed into this city-sized map that it...
Did you see that video that I took of it while we were playing it? At one point, there is a crawler. The crawler crawls over to where there's a ledge, levitates up, climbs on the ledge, bounces back, flies over the ledge completely just to fall back down. And then, like, you just see me staring at the goddamn zombie, and Brett goes running past me. I'm like, Brett, you seeing this fucking shit?
I wonder if Dan will agree with me on that. So, the longer these games have gone on, I think like the less fun the multiplayer has gotten. I think it was doing fine, then Ghosts was kind of a flat line. Advanced Warfare changed it in the wrong way, where it became chaos. And I think Black Ops 3's multiplayer is the best it's been in a couple years, but it's also too familiar. Like, I had fun playing the multiplayer for as long as I did, and I think it's the best multiplayer since probably Black Ops 2. But it's also just Call of Duty multiplayer again, so I gave up after like.
I just want to fucking say one thing about the multiplayer that I really hate. And like I only realized it when we had our like 1v1v1 fucking
Me, you, and
sniper
Seth.
round. That one fucking character's perk where he just shoots out like a fucking sperm load of his like clones of himself all over the fucking place. That robot dude.
Right.
I think that's the worst fucking thing they've ever put in a Call of Duty game
No, I can
ever.
disagree with you on that. I think Rejack is cancer.
Oh yeah, you died. Come right back.
In a Call of Duty game, the flow should be shoot, shoot, move forward, shoot, shoot, move forward, not shoot. Green smoke. Oh, he's back, and I'm dead. Like it's not even if they've nerfed it since the beta. I should only have to kill a fucker once. He shouldn't.
What is
get back up.
Rejack? Is
Rejack
that like...
is the one where they go down and then like a poof of green smoke happens to like mask where they fell, and then they immediately stand back up where they died.
Oh.
Which basically means like if either you stop and stare at that green smoke and kill them, but more often than not they kill you because you can't see them in the smoke, and then they like boost off and just kill you because you're not expecting them.
So it's just like a tactical flare thing, or whatever it is. Is it
It's,
tactical insertion or whatever?
That's
it
what
was?
you're thinking of, but it's kind of like I guess that is the best. I was gonna say it's like whatever the one where you go down and had the pistol and
Last Stand.
Last Stand.
Oh.
I was gonna say it was kind of like Last Stand,
Or
but
no,
like
Final Stand. Final Stand, you can get back up.
was it if you got a kill or if you just didn't die after like 20 seconds?
I think it was maybe you didn't. Die. It was a death streak.
Yeah, I think you're right. But Rejack is cancer. I don't care if they have nerfed it. It shouldn't be. Granted, I haven't seen a ton of people using it. In the beta, it was running around like crazy.
And I'm looking at these. I'm looking at these sales charts, like the heyday, and I can agree with it too. Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 3 sold the most, and those were so fucking fun. Black Ops more than Modern Warfare.
Black Ops 2 break records? Or maybe it just broke. Maybe just broke like first week sales and not.
They
overall.
made up a fake record so that they could say that they broke it.
What do you mean they made a? What are you talking
I'm
about?
kidding.
Okay.
Basically, Call of Duty's dying. We need to end it. Stop buying their games.
Not
Fucking.
end it. Take a year off. I know
Till
they
it-
have three. I know they have now multiple studios, so they each get 3 years, but they're not changed enough. And that campaign, seriously, is not. It's not very good. And when you actually read up on what the fuck happened during it, it's kind of a waste of time. You wasted.
I'm just gonna be that guy and just say I miss fucking Call of Duty too.
Oh, you mean like
first
World War
Modern
II?
Warfare was for me.
Yeah, the World War ones. Like
That
where
was
it
the first
all
one I
fucking-
played. Call of Duty 2 was fucking fantastic.
I
Same
did
here,
like Call of
dude.
Duty too, but I didn't fall in love with it until the first Modern Warfare, and I played that till my eyes bled.
How Dan and I met.
Pretty
Oh,
much, yeah.
really? Oh, great. Tell me more about something.
But
So
that's how I
Dan is
feel
kind of
about-
done with Call of Duty. Well, like
That's
you
how I
don't.
feel about Call of Duty. Don't buy me. Listen.
Do you
okay,
hate
and
Black
I
Ops
don't-
3, or are you just kind of like, like it's another one of
I
these Call
don't.
of
I
Duty
have
games?
no urge to play it. And honestly, like, I'm gonna tell this to anybody who's here right now, and I'm gonna have to state this again. If Craig gets like popular, if Brett gets popular, or something like that,
I'm already popular.
do
bitch.
not, do not buy me that game. If you buy me that game, don't listen to Craig. Do not buy me that game. I will not. If you give me, and I'll tell you right now, you give me $60, I'm spending that on a game that I want, or fucking bubblegum and penny whistles, anything but that game. I am not giving more money to that company. I hate Brett. Stop it.
Are you, okay, let me ask you a question, Dan. Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, you just thought was a mediocre.
It was awful.
Advanced Warfare, you were on. Hold on. Advanced Warfare, you were on board with at first until it fucked you too many times, then you hated it.
I was like, it's a cool concept, but yeah, it started fucking me, and then I'm just like, why do I keep playing these games?
So
They're
it
not
seems.
fucking
So
fun.
it seems with Black Ops 3, it's not that you don't like playing it at all. It's just that you have no desire. Like you don't hate when you sit down. If you load up Black Ops 3 multiplayer right now, you wouldn't hate it. You would just feel nothing. Like you just would be. You're sick of playing the same game every year now.
I have at least 20 other games that I would much rather play. I'd rather play Night Squad or whatever the fuck that free game is. I'd rather play Van
It's
Helsing.
Night Squad.
I
Oh,
would rather
Night. Like
play
okay, yeah, I know.
Killer Instinct, and I'm awful at Killer Instinct. I would rather play. I would rather.
Dude, get off the fucking
Jesus
mic,
Christ.
dude.
Fucking Jesus. Is that up your ass and in your vocals? What the fuck, dude?
I would rather go outside and surf
Why you whispering?
than play that
you.
game.
You overcompensate in the wrong way, dude.
Sorry. Okay, is this good? Can I do
Anyway, so Dan doesn't really like Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I think it's okay, but I don't really play it ever again, and Brett might be on board with me on that one. I don't know.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm on board.
Okay, so that's Dan.
Fuck
Brett,
it.
Yes.
next game.
Next game?
I would recommend bringing up Wikipedia if you need a list.
No, I'm gonna say this. I don't care if anyone bitch. Oh shit! I've still got Steph's fucking stream playing in the background. I'm gonna say this, even if a lot of people will be like, "Oh well, that game didn't really come out this year because it's not out yet." But I played it twice, or 3 times this year. The Division.
I feel like this is like.
That's not out, dude. No.
It needs to pop up. Sneak peek.
It needs to fucking be out. You played an alpha this year. Doesn't count. No.
Oh, dude. No. Okay, my turn. Doom.
No, it's not
Doom was great. I had a lot of fun playing it. It was fun.
I knew this would happen.
Fucking, he's having a mental break.
Eventually, everything would fall the fuck apart. No, Brett, pick something that came out actually this year. Thank you.
Real talk, Doom is great.
Yes, it is. I
Go
look
on.
forward to the reimagining, whatever the next one is.
I'm trying to think what else came out this year because this is the thing, right? Like, it's not really been that many games that have stood out.
Brett, just look at Craig's stream. He's got a wallpaper of it that he's.
All right, I'm looking-
You got a point. He's not wrong.
Okay.
That's what I've been.
It doesn't have to be a game you think is amazing. It could be one you don't think is very good and cause a fucking debate.
Okay, I know perfectly know what to fucking choose. Fucking goddamn Metal Gear Solid 5.
Fuck your mother. No, I'm kidding. I was gonna say that regardless of what you said.
I don't think Dan has played. I know he hasn't played. The one
Last
he's
Sure,
played
you
is-
know my mother, Dan.
Last Metal Gear Solid game I've played was Metal Gear Solid 3.
Snake Eater. I played them all.
And that's the only
yeah,
one. I
same.
need to play more, but
See, this is the thing about Metal Gear Solid 5, right? Like, I fucking love Metal Gear. I've loved Metal Gear since I was like a fucking little Brett One Lewis. Well, sorry, Belligerent Brett. New name. No, like, I mean, when I was a kid, I played the shit out of the demo for fucking Metal Gear Solid 1. That's how great it was. That fucking first area in the helipad bit,
from the
like
PlayStation
Shadow
magazine,
Moses.
or?
Yeah, dude. And it's just like, over the years, you know, it's got like every fucking game's known for having these amazing cutscenes that's so long, these insane boss fights, you know, that you have to figure out by looking at the back of the case.
Convoluted plots that you can't figure out after one playthrough or
your
three.
brain cannot comprehend the plots. So it's just like, you know, all this hype and like, you know, the reputation this game's had, like the series has had throughout the like fucking 20 years now, is some shit longer maybe. I think it's
If you're counting, it depends whether you're counting the NES ones or just Solid.
Yeah,
I feel
NES
asleep.
It's at least been
but,
20. Shut up. Dan.
but it's just the thing is with Metal Gear Solid 5, it started with such great potential. It was just like, holy shit, they've done it. They've made the fucking game here, boys. They've changed it.
All game companies shut down. You can't beat them.
Konami did.
They fucked
Oh.
They fucked the system with this game because it's just too good. I mean, it's an open world environment, like fucking, you know, like it's total espionage kind of shit, right? I love it. Even with the little silly gagness of being in a box the entire fucking playthrough. But by mission 33, right? That's when it killed me inside.
The truth.
No, not even the truth. The what the fuck is happening? Why am I
The twist is the twist.
missions?
Oh no! Oh yeah, the end of Act 1. Act 1. That's what you're talking. Like it ends.
Yeah, the end of Act 1. It was like this whole fucking build up. Like you're in, like for those that haven't played it or anything like that, I'm sorry, but like there's like a exactly. Thanks, Dan. But like there's like this whole build up scene where you're like facing the fucking ghost face dude, like in the eyes, like on this long ass drive while playing the main theme. It's like
It's actually
shit.
Really silly.
Ghostface Killer was there? I love Wu-Tang.
Skullface. Like, you get in a truck with him, and the song is playing, and he's talking to you, he's telling you his motivations, and then halfway through the Jeep ride, he's done. So
Yeah.
So Brett, just stay where you are on the camera.
stare.
So just halfway through the fucking, just for another, like, 10 minutes, just...
Was it that scene from Harold and Kumar Go to White
There's
Castle?
there's no talk.
Shut up, Dan. We're reenacting the scene.
Okay, sorry.
I hope we're facing the right way.
I hope so
Yes,
too,
we are.
because
You guys are face on my
They
screen.
just stare awkwardly and quietly at each other while this like wah! Music plays in the background. You're just like, is there something supposed to be happening?
Is it loving at least? Like, are they lovingly staring into each
No,
other?
they're just staring. Occasionally they like look around like, It's a
dead end
weird
creepy,
fucking
basically.
scene.
And the thing is, right, you have all this fucking build up and you're like, holy shit. I mean, like, I'll be honest right now, because like I was saying, like the reputation every Metal Gear Solid's had, like so far, like, you know, like before Metal Gear Solid 5, like I was like, as soon as I loaded up this game, I was like, holy shit. Like, I cannot wait to finish this game and have like a 2.5 hour cutscene at the end of the game. Like, you know, just to conclude the entire fucking franchise of Metal Gear Solid. Didn't get that. All I got from my fucking decades of fucking, like, you know, loyalty to this game franchise was you're just gonna replay the fucking, like, all the missions you've done for like the next 20 missions, and then you're just gonna get some stupid fucking ending that makes no fucking sense, and you're big medic.
See, when I knew that it wasn't gonna have the same meta, like, because Ground Zero's kind of established what they were going for, a bit in terms of tone. In terms of Metal Gear Solid 5 or V, maybe it's V, and that does actually matter. I'm not making a joke. Playing that game is the best playing Metal Gear in the entire series, by far. It plays amazing. It looks great. Soundtrack is great. I love that I can have Final Countdown playing as my helicopter comes to pick me up. That's awesome.
Oh. Especially on PC when you can customize it to any fucking song you want. Just
I
want to put that in there.
unfortunately played it on the one. Does my voice sound different right now? By the way,
Have your balls just dropped?
no, sorry.
Come on, man.
I got a thing on my throat. Anyway,
He's
sorry.
got a bubble.
Again, anyway,
A little man bubble.
in terms of playing it,
semen.
in terms of playing it, it is the best playing Metal Gear has ever been. In terms of story, it is the weakest in the entire fucking series. There's barely any cutscenes. The cutscenes that are there kind of drag on and aren't that interesting. They're well acted, but they're not that interesting. It's repetitive as hell, and because of all the drama that went on with Konami and Kojima, that well publicized, like we don't know exactly what happened, but that shit show that went on, that game is not finished. When you get to a certain point where you get to Act 1 and you're doing a pretty, you occasionally go back to area. It depends if you're doing a lot of the side ops in the main story. You occasionally repeat a base or something while they generate it. But for the most part, you're playing different stuff. And then you reach the end of Act 1. And Act 2 starts. And it starts with like a next time on Metal Gear. In Act 2, the thing you're about to play. And plays all these cutscenes. Like, oh, that's all really interesting. Then you realize that half of the new stuff, more than half of the new stuff that they want you to play are hard versions of the Act 1 missions again. Yeah. But you can skip them. You don't have to play those if you don't want. And I didn't, because who cares? But then, like, you do some more stuff in Act 2, and it's kind of interesting again. And there's some cool story stuff in there. And then a big holy shit thing happens that involves a Metal Gear. Spoilers. Yeah. A Metal Gear basically, let's just say, gets hijacked.
Metal Gear.
And then the game's over. Like, then there's one more twist. That's a flashback, and the game's over. You never resolve the whole what happened to the Metal Gear.
It's the only game I've ever had to
not
fucking
finish
go onto YouTube to watch the ending.
Yeah, people who bought the special edition got here's the mission that was cut. Because we didn't have time, or Konami made us push it out the fucking door. That resolves it. But in canon, technically that's not canon. So in the canon, just a dangling Metal Gear out in the wild with characters that matter. Like, you can't just go like, oh, well, that guy. No, it matters what happens with those people. And the ending twist, I actually liked the twist. It's bullshit because essentially in order to reveal it to you, they make you replay the entire tutorial level again with all the prompts, with all the unskippable cutscenes, with all the fucking no control.
That was so tedious.
It was incredibly tedious. And, like, the problem is that they basically add... If you rewatch the original intro, when you get to a certain point, the doctor shows you something. I'm not going to be specific, but the doctor shows you something. And then the screen, like, cuts to black real quick, which I think it's supposed to be covered up as, like, a blink, like characters blinking in first person or something. And then when you replay the tutorial section, the thing the doctor shows you is on screen longer, and then you realize the twist. So you figure out what they're trying to do, and then you have to play 25, 30 minutes of a shitty tutorial that you've already played for them to go like, here's a twist. Like, you fucking revealed it already. Like, you're not getting me.
I'll just point out real quick.
I did like the twist, but also I understand why some people are mad and think that it makes the entire game pointless. But I liked the twist. I liked
that
it.
Twist, though, dude, like, it wasn't really a twist. Like, the first 5 minutes of playing that game, I fucking figured it out already.
They do a good enough job of making it ambiguous so that you can guess it, but you can also think that it's just well, it's not really specific, but a Fight Club type situation.
Yeah.
Like, they do a decent enough job of making you question that. But I wouldn't be surprised if people figured that out. Like, I thought it was cool. And then when at the end of Metal Gear, they typically do a timeline where they scroll by the events of the games. And when they revealed how the twist changed the timeline a little bit or expanded on it, I actually thought it was really clever. But that game is not finished. Like, it's a great playing game. It is awesome to play. It gives you so many options, and it's really fun, and it's gorgeous, and it sounds great. But that game isn't finished.
I'll just point out, like, the fact is, like, you say it's not finished. They cut out an entire area for that fucking, like, because the budget was cut.
You were supposed to go back to the Ground Zeroes base, by the way. Like, that was, like, they said, like, you'll be able to go there. And nope. Like, that's not a thing.
I'll say one good thing that came out of it. I was driving the other day and the fucking radio on and everything, and he started playing fucking She Blinded Me with Science. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
from
the
Metal
first.
Gear.
That's the first cassette I found. Like,
It's like that. Well, that's one good thing that came out of Metal Gear.
I really enjoyed my time. I can't say I didn't enjoy it. I loved playing through it. But the story stuff is. I come to Metal Gear more for story than I do for gameplay. And like, thankfully, the gameplay is the best it's ever been. But in terms of story, left a lot to be desired. Did not really grip me at all. And then it kind of doesn't wrap itself up because they didn't finish, and that sucks. Also, it's that weird thing where because it's Metal Gear, some people have always said it's a problem. I never really minded it until this one, but there's so many different characters that they feel the need to like tie them in. So like everyone actually knew each other or an ancestor of each other at every time in the period. So the fact that some characters show up, like, you know, a little kid with a gas mask, you're like, he was never brought up again. Like, in 5, they basically show him as like the most powerful fucking anything in the world, and he never comes up again until 1, and he's not that powerful in 1. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm happy Kojima is now free to do his own shit. I'm happy
Yes.
that he can do whatever he wants now. I kind of hope he doesn't make another tactical espionage sneaky
No.
game. Like, make something different. But
I'm thinking he's gonna like go ahead with that Silent Hills idea, but call it something else.
Quiet
Because-
Towns.
Village.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
This
should be
is-
pretty decent.
MGS5 was like a slight disappointment. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't an overwhelm. Like, I've spent 50 fucking hours with it. It did something right, but.
Who's next?
I am. So he said Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Let's do another one that'll get a fucking. Fuck. Well, damn. I'm trying to think games that we've all played. Fuck. I want something that's gonna cause heat debate. And Dan, I don't want to steal Dan's thunder because I know what one he wants to say that'll cause heat and debate.
Which
Halo
one?
5. It sucks dick. Move
Whoa.
on.
Whoa.
It's amazing that Brett also guessed it.
I mean, I can get in. I can wait for my turn unless Craig wants to bring that up now.
But I don't want to. I don't know if do you have other games you could just bring up for next?
Well, we have one that I was assuming we were going to save for last.
I don't know what he's
A
talking
pretty
about.
big one. It's like one of us here is wearing a sweater devoted to it.
Oh, okay. Well, that won't really cause a heated debate. Not really.
No, but there's going to be a lot of discussion about it, but I was going to
Alright.
save that for like the ending.
Fuck it, let's do it. Dan, stealing it. Halo 5 Guardians.
Okay. This is going to be extremely spoiler-rich, so anybody who hasn't finished Halo 5, feel free to fucking...
Don't worry, there's no story. At all.
Let me just get my sleeping mask so I could just wake me when you're done, Dan.
What the fuck?
Has Brett, hold on, have you played Halo?
No.
Oh, okay.
I played Halo 1, 2, and 3. The only
That's
ones
not-
that matter.
You know what I mean.
I'm
Oh, okay.
reaching
Well, see,
all
he's
the
out
other
of it,
fucking pieces
so
of shit.
he doesn't want to play like 4, 5, or 6. Which
Okay.
there will be a 6.
I
Spoiler.
played 4, and it sucked.
4 did some things right, but
No, it
it was
Let's
solid enough.
introduce a new enemy that's just a bullet sponge.
And then make them in every game in the series. So Halo 5, man. Dan, I don't know. You can go ahead and start this off. What do you
you
want
want
to
me
say
to-
about Halo 5?
Okay.
And let's hold on. The elephant in the room that you know I want to talk about. Let's save that
It's
for
my
last.
sleeping mask.
We'll save that for... That'll be a different section. Like, we have 2 different sections. First section, we'll talk about the story.
Okay. What story?
Let's all
The Master Queef, man.
go... Sorry, I keep getting really close to the mic when I want to get intimate with everybody, so I'm sorry. I'll keep it at this distance.
Stop
Let's-
spitting in my ear, dude.
I have a spit mic. Or spit guard. Pop filter.
A pop.
I got a pop filter. I'll spit on my mic. Okay.
I don't even have a pop filter. Well, I do. It's just not attached. But whatever.
You
Fuck
even
it,
have
go.
a mic, Craig?
Yeah,
Like,
it's hanging right
where is
here.
it?
I have a Yeti hanging right here.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just off.
My
camera.
Yeti's on my table and it's just right in front of me. Okay, so first let's go back about 6 months ago. When we were all a little younger and we were all a little more dumb.
Where's my cyanide?
They were playing these commercials for Halo. that seemed.
Hold on, I saw this in an Angry Joe review, so this isn't even your fucking opinion.
No, I'm gonna point. No, because I pointed that out before I saw Angry Joe. Okay.
Weird how that can happen. Whatever, get dunked on.
I am not the only one here who agrees with this. Let's go back in time when they were playing those trailers where it was just like, oh shit, like I saw the two different trailers where one Locke is like talking and Master Chief is down and he's wounded and it's just like, oh, it's crazy. And then it like, oh, here's one with Master Chief. Oh, he's talking to Locke. Some crazy shit's going down. It's
Who's gonna win?
Spartan. Who's gonna hunt the truth? HuntTheTruth.com, everybody. Go there.
There's podcasts. Hunt the Truth podcast.
Hunt the Truth podcast. And then we got a game.
What?
First off, it's Halo.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that way back when in Halo 2, we were able to have two split stories where one person was Chief and one person was Arbiter. And actually, I watched Rooster Teeth today. They have a new section called Great Games Levels in Gaming. And they discussed how the first level that you got to play the Arbiter was great. And it was amazing. And it was all that good stuff.
The big problem with the Arbiter was that it was unexpected. Like, people didn't expect that they weren't going to play as Chief. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
And you spent far too long with Arbiter because Master Chief's levels went on for a shorter period of time and he disappeared for a long period. Like, you played as the Arbiter for like half, if not a little more than half that game, and people didn't really like that.
But it was fun seeing the escalation of.
It was interesting to see the other side of
an entire race was realizing, oh shit,
our
leaders are full of shit, and it was great. In Halo 5, we get to play as Locke, and the entire time he's just following fucking Master Chief. He's just following him. Hey, where's the Chief at? Oh, we think he went over here. Well, let's go. It'll be fucking great because Chief fucking had a dream.
He fell down. He fell off a catwalk, knocked himself out, and then had a dream
that Cortana was alive. Because at the end of Halo 4, spoilers for a game that's so old, Cortana dies at the end of Halo 4.
No,
oh, did she?
Yeah, she sacrifices herself. She's going rampant. She's going in the end of Halo 4. She's going insane because her AI is breaking down, and she sacrifices herself to stop the bad guy and save Chief, and she dies. And I'm pretty sure everyone went, they're going to do a search for Spock, and they're going to bring her back.
And
they do!
She's essentially gone... She's crazy. She's insane. Spoiler alert, she's alive.
gone every Final Fantasy villain. The world is really fucked up, so I'm going to destroy it to make it good. Like, makes sense.
By killing everyone, essentially.
If you don't agree with her, you die. That is her new philosophy.
Exactly. But it was just like, and yes, and Craig's going to point this out. He's going to jump on me immediately, especially since Angry Joe pointed it out. One fight. Hey, do you get to participate in that fight at all? Oh, no?
No.
Is there even a quick time event? Can I tap A to make sure that Locke doesn't get stabbed or Chief kicks him in the face? No, nothing. I literally just watched this little fight that I've seen girl fights. Fucking Sharkeisha, that was way more entertaining than the fight between motherfucking Locke and Master Chief. It was super disappointing. Huh?
Who the fuck is Sharkeisha?
You've never seen Sharkeisha?
I don't.
Oh, after this, we're all gonna watch a great video.
The thing
Sharkeisha was basically this girl who just beat the shit out of this other girl, and it was way more entertaining than the little slap fight.
The problem with it is that one, you spend a little time with Locke at the beginning, then you switch to Master Chief, and you're like, oh, okay, they're gonna switch off. That's fine. They don't. Out of the 15 missions I think that are in that game, you play as Chief for 3 of them.
Yeah.
And
by the way,
and that's where the somewhat interesting shit is happening.
By the way, how many levels did that game say that were in it?
How many? 15?
Oh, 15. Now, how many of those levels were walk to this area, talk to somebody, level done?
3. There were 3 walk around and talk to NPCs.
Someone's triggered.
Dan's getting upset.
The thing is about that game is that so they think you're going to swap off, but you don't. You spend way too much time with Locke, and he's not interesting.
It's cool that Buck's there.
But sure. Nathan Fillion, who doesn't love Nathan Fillion?
Yeah, who doesn't? And he's funny. But I don't remember the other 2 characters because
I don't either.
Who the fuck? Oh, and by the way, all these characters, like on Chief's side, apparently they've known each other forever. Now, unless you are a super Halo lore master and you've gone back and you've read all the books and you know all of the shit from the past, you are gonna have no fucking clue who these people are.
It concentrates way too much. It's the problem with Destiny. It concentrates way too much on outside sources to know what the fuck is going on. So you don't care about these people because you don't know. So like Master Chief, he falls catwalk and he has a dream where Cortana's like, Chief, come here, and he goes, okay. And then he tells his Spartan guys, I had a dream and Cortana was in it, and they all go, okay, let's do it. Let's follow that.
Wait, first he calls up command and says, hey, I saw Cortana. I'm gonna go look for her. And they go, what? No, you're not doing that. You have other stuff to do. You have homework to do. You don't get to go play with your imaginary friend. No, I'm doing that. And then everybody's just like,
he's gone rogue.
Master Chief has gone AWOL. That commercial where he's running through the city and he doesn't care that people are hurt and he's just running and everything's getting destroyed. It's like, oh shit, that's great. It's not.
The marketing lied. The marketing lied so hard.
It was so... The Guardians are fucking dumb. They are.
And then, like, there's like, Locke, you gotta hunt down Chief. So you chase Chief's fucking coattails for a mission or two, and then you find Chief, and they punch each other a total of maybe 3 times, and he's like, back off. And then he leaves, and then the rest of the game is Locke going, I think Chief might be okay. He might actually know what he's doing. Let's go find him and help him.
There was one of the cool parts in that, once again, spoilers, when you actually get to the planet where Chief is, or Ring, or whatever the fuck he was on, I don't even remember.
It was a planet.
And you had to run and jump down the side of a Guardian. That was cool. I was like, oh, this is actually fun. Oh, and now I'm landed, and now Cortana is shit-talking me.
Constantly.
Cool.
Like,
yeah,
I have access to your files. I know what you've done. Like,
she's looking up, like, the past of, like, a bunch of different people and everything. And it's just like, and Chief got captured, essentially.
The only thing Locke does in that story is he saves Chief at the end.
Yeah, which, that was the dumbest ending ever. That wasn't even fun.
But the fact that like you spend so much time away from Chief, he goes to this planet, and then his level on the planet where he's trying to find Cortana abruptly it just ends. Oh. He's walking across a bridge into this wide expanse, and then it cuts to Locke for like 4 or 5 missions, and then when he gets to the planet where Chief is, he follows Chief and gets teleported to the planet. And he contacts Chief, and Chief is like, yeah, we've been literally wandering around aimlessly for a couple hours now. Like, put something there, asshole! Let me play as him! Like,
attacking the Scarab, too, was actually cool. But there's one thing that you and I both need to discuss, and it was one of the most hated things in that fucking game. Craig, let's talk about bosses.
You mean the boss?
Are you sure it's the boss? I'm pretty sure I remember fighting more than one boss.
Oh, I forget. Wait. What's his name? Oh, God.
Warden Eternal.
Warden Eternal. So it's basically this... He's Ultron. He's Ultron from the Avengers.
He's Legion from...
He has like an infinite or millions of copies that he's constantly controlling, so he can go into them at any time. And he first appears... sorry.
Harbinger. Sorry. He's like Harbinger from Mass Effect 2 when he's like, assuming control.
So he shows up and he's just like, hey, I work for Cortana and she seems to really like you, but I don't agree with her, so I'm going to try and kill you. So you kill him and he's a bullet sponge and he sucks. But it's not that bad. Then you fight him again. And this time there's a shitload of enemies. And it sucks. Then you fight him while he's by himself 2 times, I think. Yeah. Then you fight 2 of him at once. Twice.
And then grand finale.
And then the grand finale, 3. It's the same fucking boss, copy and pasted 6, 7 times throughout the course of the entire game, and it gets more and more tedious and more frustrating each and every. I was screaming at my fucking TV for that last
fight. Who makes these games now? Is it 343?
It's 343 that makes them now.
And shame on you, 343.
The game is
lazy bastards.
The game is fucking gorgeous. The game sounds great, but they don't have writers. They don't know. They're pulling bad fan fiction off of something, and that's their story, and it's bad. It's terrible.
If I had to give the story like a rating, it would seriously be like a 2.
And hey, did you like the ending to Halo 2 where it just stops? They did it again.
Oh yeah, so that's a huge spoiler. If you beat it on Legendary, the last shot that you get is the view of a Halo ring.
Turning on, I think, right?
And it turns on, and you hear Cortana laughing. Because at this point, Cortana is full-blown nutty butters. She is, she's
Naughty but nutters.
nutty butters. She's insane right now. She wants to eliminate everyone
They
so that...
barely explain her turn. Like, she had rampancy, and she was going crazy, and so she sacrificed herself to save Chief. But apparently that meant accidentally teleporting herself to this weird planet, and she goes, yeah, I cured the rampancy. How? When? Why? What the fuck are you talking about? It's not fucking... And the only reason she wants Chief to... Like, she has a bond with Chief, so she's just like, hey, Chief, I know we've been friends for a long time, so I'm gonna lock you in a ball for 1,000 years. And when you get out, you're gonna be like, this world's great. So let's do that.
And then you save.
And you save him.
It's so dumb.
It's bad. The campaign is weak.
It was one of the weak. And like, by the way, so they added something now where you constantly have 4 people on your team, or 3 other people. Like you can,
Left 4 Dead
people
style.
can join and they can be there, but the AI. I mean, they've got jelly beans for brains. Jelly brains.
Jelly brains.
Well, Halo has always had not the best AI, but they haven't been constant companion, like Marines driving off cliffs and shit. Whereas in 5, you always have this squad, and like sometimes when you go down, they can revive you. You have like 15 seconds before you die, so you go down, and they can run up and they can revive you, and sometimes they do that well. Other times, they just charge through piles of enemies.
They'll charge
getting
through a
murdered.
hunter. A hunter will be right next to me, butt fucking me, and he's just like, "I'm helping."
Sometimes they'll run. You're dead on there's a cliff. There's like a rock cliff, and you're down. You're dead on the bottom spot. And he's like a foot above you, and he's like, "Can't get to you. Can't." Oh, he died.
And he'll just stand there.
Wait until you fucking dies. Like. It makes it flow when they actually pick you up. I like that because it makes the combat keep going. It makes it flow better. But half the time they don't fucking bother. They suck at their job.
The story sucked. The story for Halo, what are we at, 6?
Expect better. Man.
Better blow my dick off.
Yeah.
And if it does, I'm mailing it to 343 and being like, "Here's what you've done to me. I don't have a dick. You know, fucking
Now,
make my dick
lady.
better." Like. That it better do that. And now, I mean, do we have anything else to say about the story?
It's bad. What about the multiplayer? What about it?
Hang on, everybody. Put on your microtransaction hats. Pay 99 cents for it.
Look. Here's what I also forgot to say this during the kit, but it also applies to multiplayer. I think it's the best playing Halo has ever been. It's faster. You can sprint all the time. That's cool.
Oh, that boost that they finally gave to you as a standard thing. Do you remember back in like when sprint and dodge boost used to be like a power up that you had to pick up?
You had to choose which one you
now
wanted.
Now it's standard issue. It's great.
The game, it moves faster. I think the gunplay feels great. Halo has always done that well. And in multiplayer, I don't know, something about nailing headshots in Halo 5 just feels really good. I use the pistol all the time.
Oh god, it's so...
And like playing Arena, like I think have they added Forge yet?
They did.
Okay,
and
so
they've
it didn't
added
have Forge at launch.
they added
added
big
that for free.
team.
In terms of modes, Arena, which was 4v4 standard multiplayer, there was only 5 modes, which is paltry compared to what Halo has offered in the past. So it didn't have as much content in that end, but it was fun to play. It was that shit is fun. The big thing they wanted to do this year was Warzone, which is 16-16? Or is it 12-12?
Oh god,
I want to say it's 12-12 with AI.
I don't remember.
I think it's 12v12. If I'm wrong, correct me. But and that's where like the big battles are supposed to happen. That's where the vehicles were going to be, and that's where all the objective stuff is. And they spawn in AI. It's kind of like a MOBA where you can kill them and earn points for your team. And they spawn harder bosses, and if you take the time to go and kill them, you're earning points for your team.
They give you 150 if it's a fucking legendary boss.
Yeah, you have to get to 1,000. It's first to 1,000 points, or first to like push all the way to a generator and destroy it. But usually,
no time
no one pushes to the usually no one pushes to the generator. It's usually at first to 1,000 points. And that mode can be a lot of fun because that's where that's when there's a lot of people running around, a lot of different strategies are happening at once, vehicles are in play, sort of. The big problem that I have with Warzone is it is heavily tied to the rec packs and the rec cards, requisition stuff. And that is another microtransaction thing where you can earn in-game credits to buy card packs and get a random amount of cards, or you can pay us $3, I think, for a gold pack and get a random set of fucking
don't get anything
cards.
else. Like gold packs are.
Yeah, gold. There's no point in getting the bronze or the silver. They're pointless. The gold packs, the thing is, they give you random shit. I think they're guaranteed to give you like one cosmetic. I think is the
No,
thing,
it's
one
two
rare.
two permanents. So that could either be
It could be a cosmetic like a helmet. Like
it could be a helmet, could be armor, could be a stance, could be a visor, could be an assassination, but it also could be the certifications for weapons.
Certifications for weapons.
Yeah, so like actually yesterday, I got 10,000 points and I bought a gold pack and I finally got certified for mantises. So now mantises will show up in my packs all the time now.
Well, the fact that fucking dumb, but the fact that so what you get in those packs is completely fucking random, and not only does that mean that stuff like armor, whereas in Reach, I was Reach. I spent a lot of time in Reach. When I saw a helmet that I really wanted in the customers, I was like, I gotta go for that helmet. That helmet looks awesome. I want that helmet. So I spent shitloads of time playing and having fun and grinding and getting that helmet.
Now that flaming helmet though.
Now that's I wanted that, but then I was like, oh, I have to dedicate my entire life and being to this game, so no.
Wait, which helmet?
The flaming skull, like that was awesome.
Oh god, that was stupid. You had to be like what was that? Noble or
You had to dedicate your life to Halo.
Couldn't you just get that though? Like, I mean, I got that with my collector's edition.
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But now with the rec system, that stuff, it's fucking completely random what you're gonna get. Like, Dan somehow has a rabbit's foot or something, because whenever there's this randomized thing, roll the dice, whether it's Destiny, whether it's Halo, whether it's anything, he gets such cool, awesome shit, and I get a helmet that looks like someone took a shoe and went onto their fucking face. It looks.
Wait, did you get the VHS helmet?
I don't know, but I get helmets that don't look very good, so I typically keep rolling. So cosmetic stuff, now it's out of your hands. It's fucking random what you're gonna get, and I always get the bad shit, so I hate it. Then there's the fact that those will get you, that's where all the power weapons are. That's where all the vehicles are. So if you're not lucky enough to get fucking power weapons and vehicles, or, like me, you get 17,000 needlers and 17,000 saws in every fucking card pack, and you get nothing else, you don't get the vehicles, you don't get the rocket launchers, you don't get anything that's cool.
You gotta get certified.
Why? Anyway, so that means...
Certified for binary rocket.
So potentially, if someone buys... either grinds for, let's say, it's 10,000 points to get a gold pack. In an average game of Warzone, you get
I'd say about 3,000 maybe for a good game.
Depends on how you do, but like 2,000 to 3,000, let's say. Arena, 1,000 maybe, a little less sometimes. So you have to sit there and you have to grind out for like hour and a half, 2 hours in order to be able to afford a gold pack. Or you could pay $3. So the people who pay $3 are going to get, potentially, it is random, they are potentially going to get a shitload more useful cards than you a lot faster. So in Warzone, in my experience, they do try to gate. They don't want people just spawning in and spawning 18 tanks. Like they try to do that by making it so that your team has a level. Starting at 1 can go up to 10. And over the course of the match, and as your team does well, that level gets higher and higher and higher. And all of the cards have a little level requirement, so you can't use them until your team is at a certain level. And you also have an energy meter that's filling up 1 to 10, so you can't just spam 16 tanks. But while I do, like, they have tried to balance it, that also means that if I'm playing a game and the team's kicking my ass, one, it makes me really stingy. If I have a tank card, if I have that one tank card, why would I waste it now? Like, I could, in other games, I could jump in a tank, in a previous Halo, I just jump in a tank and try and turn the tide. Now, I have to consider, well, we're losing. So, I could use this tank and maybe turn the tide, but then I'd be wasting my one tank. So I'll just save it. So I'll just save it and take the loss. Like, so that's a shitty system, I think. And then there's the fact that while they do try and gate it with that whole energy system and that level system, later on in the match, if an enemy team has players that all have fucking, like, tanks or warthogs or ghosts or shit, they can all just be like, all right, all at once, bam, 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 bam. So we're gonna have all of these and just rush you, and we win because we out-fucking power you. And
Yeah, but
it's so fucking shitty. Yeah, I'm so glad that you have Spartan lasers, Dan. I don't have anything to do anything.
You can if you play
because
it more
the
than
cards,
a day.
I played that game a good amount. I did spend a lot of time in Arena. I'll say that. But,
Yeah, you don't get as many. Do you want to play tonight?
well, because sure. But Arena is more fun because I don't mind playing Halo. I don't think Halo's a bad game, but I think that this fucking inclusion is shitty. I think it's a crappy system, and the problem is that people like Dan and lots of the Halo community has embraced it and been like, this is a great system, love it more. So that means in like the next ones, Angry Joe said it, but fuck off. So that means like later on, they're probably gonna expand on it, and more stuff is gonna be behind a paywall, more stuff's gonna be random, and it's gonna get worse from here. And it sucks that it's there at all on Halo 5. It potentially causes unbalance, or at the very least, it limits strategy because you're limited by what you have. And if a team has more shit than you and has more cards, they have an advantage. I don't care what the fuck Bungie 343 says. It's me.
Do you want to get really mad?
I can't wait.
On a new update, they now added that you can buy bulk packs of fucking gold cards.
How much?
But here's the thing. You can't... I mean, like, the early ones, like $10, $20, or $10, $15, those are just, like...
For what?
3 packs or 5 packs.
Of gold cards.
However...
That's more expensive. 10 that's more expensive.
No, I mean, well, $9.
Okay.
Wait, what's this for?
For the gold requisition packs in Halo. Have you been zoned out this whole time?
Yeah, because I don't know anything about this.
Sorry.
There's a microtransaction system in Halo 5 where you can pay money or grind out in-game currency to get rec points, to get rec cards, to get randomized sets of cards, and that's where all the vehicles and the power-ups and customization items and all that shit is. So
what happened to just playing games?
I know, wasn't it great?
You can go and play Arena. Big team battles in it now.
Arena does not take into account rec cards. It doesn't have the vehicles. So if you just want to play Arena and stay away from all of that bullshit and that potential unbalance, you can. But it's unfair to have a mode locked off to me because of shitty microtransaction stuff. It's one of the few pieces of content on the goddamn disc I'd like to play Warzone.
Dude, if
but
somebody has
I know right now, especially now, Dan, if I played Warzone with you tonight, guess what's going to happen? Everyone who has all the fucking cards unlocked, because they've been playing it for 2 months, will win. They'll kick my fucking ass up and down.
Everybody's gonna have it. So
Except
yeah, one team might have some teams might have some tanks, but some teams might have Spartan lasers, binary rifles, rocket launchers. Like, it does balance. When I get into a tank, I don't feel like the most powerful motherfucker because I know that a Banshee can kill me. Somebody can honestly, if a tank comes at you and me, if we split up and we play it smart, we can take down a tank with pistols.
Halo 5, when I first started playing, I thought it was really fucking great. When I was playing the campaign, when those first 2 cutscenes, the one with Locke and his crew launching in, and then the one with Master Chief and his crew doing the thing in the space station, when I was like, holy shit, this could be awesome, and then it wasn't. Playing the game is really great, but I fucking hate the rec system. It shouldn't be there.
Like, I have 20 tanks.
I hate how this I hate how this industry is going. Less content for the same price, and then we're going to charge you for that content that we took out. Like, it's.
You gotta get certified.
While you guys are on the subject of Halo, I'm gonna go piss real quick.
If you want, sure. We're probably gonna wrap up soon, but that's cool.
Sorry.
I'm gonna cover up my camera with this fucking device I made while you guys was talking, so I don't have to move my camera.
You made a device?
Yeah, I made a little device here.
Wow.
I have a piece of fucking, what is this, microfiber cloth that bends, and I just throw it on the thing when I need to.
All right, go pee, Brett. We'll be done by the time you come back.
We'll probably be done before that, but
I just don't feel like it's as broken.
Do you think it's a good?
You make it out?
Do you think
I
it should
will
be
admit.
there?
I admit there are some things that can be broken. Yes, if there is an entire team of like 5 people and they're all just like, let's all pull our tanks out, boys.
Yeah, that sucks.
But it
didn't happen in the original Halos, did it?
It's kind of interesting knowing that everyone on your team might be bringing something different. I have binary rifles. You know how often I see anybody using a binary rifle? Not often.
They
So I'm the
probably have
binary
plenty
rifle
of
guy.
cards saved up. They just don't want to use them.
Hmm?
They probably have plenty of cards saved up. They just don't want to use them.
Oh.
Like, it's a shitty... And also, it just leaves what you have access to out of your hands. Like,
I'm just saying.
oh, I'm going to get certified. Like, that doesn't guarantee I'm getting one. It just
No,
means
it
I'm more
does.
like... Does it guarantee I'm going to get a tank in every pack?
It doesn't guarantee it, but you have a very high chance. Like, first off, when I got certified for
guarantee it.
tanks, first off, they give you like 3 or 4 tanks with the certification. And then, like, dude, I have 30 tanks.
And I don't.
30.
If me and you fought each other, I'd lose every time.
No, because you could just board my tank and blow me up.
And then you have another tank.
I can't spawn it for another 10 minutes.
Not 10 minutes. It depends on the... It depends just
No,
how well your team
no,
is doing.
the refresh time takes the same amount of time. It's not influenced by kills or anything.
I could have sworn that it was when we played it.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
It's just, dude, it's just a shitty system. And so I think that's, like, I think Halo 5 is a good game that is let down by a bad campaign. Lacking in multiplayer features it had. I know they've added Forge, but just lacking in, like, just birth of content. And I think the microtransaction system is fucking shitty and shouldn't exist.
Sorry, I'm looking at Brett right now.
What? He's funny looking? What do you do?
No, he's like playing with his R2-D2. He's so bored.
Okay,
Sorry.
we'll stop. Halo is done. I'm sure, Dan, it's your turn. I'm sure that I can think of the game that you want to talk about next.
Are we wrapping this up? Should we just blow our load right now?
I'm not wrapping it up. We'll just keep going until we all decide we're done.
Well, if we're going to talk about something, a game that I really want to play that I do not have the system for is I want to play Mario Maker.
Well, Mario, I've only played 2 hours. I think I'm the only one here that's played Mario Maker, right?
I don't
Brett
care.
doesn't
You
have a
always
Wii U?
point out that I'm one of those people who fucking squeezes all the juice out of games. Dude, I would spend fucking days just playing random people's levels.
There are
Now,
people.
granted, I would get the shitty ones, but I'm sure there's some gems out there.
There are people who have dedicated like chunks of their life to like making levels and playing
Yeah,
levels.
like Ross.
It's really in depth. There's a lot there. I'm too stupid to make a level. Like I'll never have the patience to learn.
Like, I want to make
outs.
you levels.
I would love to do that. But also, the fact that when I did that stream where I was like, hey, send me Mario, everyone sent me Satan levels. They were all levels that thousands of people had played that 0.002% had beaten. Like, it's not fun. I want to play actual levels where I can get through them. But
There's not a whole lot to talk about this. It's Mario. You can make your own levels. You can play people's levels. It's great.
If you're creative and you crave Mario levels like Endless Mario, it's great. But I'm bad at them and I'm not creative, so.
I feel really bad because Brett has been sitting there playing. He made a thing to block his camera. I want to pass it back to Brett.
Yeah, Brett, what do you want to talk about, buddy?
Come on, Brett, give us something.
Well,
I missed that
what
voice.
was that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
A
yeah.
whole load of it.
Again, doesn't have to be a good game. Could be whatever.
Just Cause 3.
I haven't
Amazing.
played it.
Dude,
We haven't
I
played it.
want to play that. I keep seeing shit, and I'm like, that looks really fucking fun.
Just Cause 2 was great. I want to play 3, and I think when this new PC gets built at some point, that's one of the things we're going. Just Cause 3, I guess. Which, if it's anything like Just Cause 2, if you can figure out how to work it, like, if you just, like, go from point A to point B, drive there, shoot things, it's probably not that fun. But if you look at it as a stunt explosion simulator, where you have all this freedom, like, it's probably a lot of fun.
This is the thing about Just Cause 3. Like, I think I've put in about 70, 80 hours into that game.
In the PC version. In the PC version specifically.
Yeah, PC version. I heard the console version is trash, so we'll just leave that out of the fucking picture. But, like, I played it on PC for about 60, 70 hours. Well, maybe more. I've not checked. But I just lost myself in that shit. I've only done 2 missions, might I add, of the main game.
Jesus, dude.
I've literally been fucking around on that game non-stop. There is just so much stuff you can do. It's ridiculous. I have never played a game that gives you that much freedom to just go literally, like, you don't have to go and play like the main campaign to go get new fucking gear and like upgrades and all that kind of shit. You can literally just go around, blow fucking shit up. It's like, oh, look, you got XP. Here you go. New grappling hook. It's like, oh, sweet. I can now grapple 6 sheep to my fucking little sheep shark and fucking drive.
The only video I've seen of you with Just Cause is when you attached like a guard's head to another guard's crotch and was like, blowjobs, lol. I think you might have launched them into the stratosphere or something, but that's what I saw.
But by the way, I have confirmation. Brett has played 67 hours of Just Cause 3.
There we go. So, and that is basically me playing and doing whatever the fuck I want. Like, literally, it's just like the most crazy shit because you just think, I wonder how this would go. And you get a tractor, you cover it in fucking mines, and then you attach a grappling hook to the front of the tractor to this fucking petrol station. Let it go all in and fucking blow it up. It's like, oh, okay, that's a cool. Oh my god, that explosion! No, it's just,
it's one of those games that when the physics break, it's okay.
Yeah,
because it's fun.
Right, it makes it better. It's just
so it's like Goat Simulator.
It's like Goat Simulator, but a AAA title. Let's put it like that, because Goat Simulator is AIDS a little bit on the side, but no, like it's fantastic. I mean, like, I've heard mixed reviews about it and all that kind of shit. I mean, I try to stay away from reviews before I play a game, because you did mention earlier, Dan, like a good point. Like, you read reviews or hear reviews before playing a game. You can say, oh, it doesn't make my mind up, but it is in the back of your head when playing a game. And, like, I've had a fantastic time on Just Cause. I still need to go through the fucking campaign and actually know what the story is for that game, but
I don't think it matters, but
it just doesn't matter, because it is literally Michael Bay the game. It's just fucking explosions with whatever the fuck. Even a sheep explodes sometimes. But no one gives a fuck. It's a great game, but I mean, I think I've got this season pass for this, because fucking father bought me out the fucking blue. I was like, oh, holy shit. And like, there's just a whole bunch of fucking DLC that you can have for it, that, like, all skins and all that kind of stuff that makes it look cool. But it is a really fun game. I'm just waiting for the multiplayer mod to come out for it.
Oh man, they should have just included that from the development, because Just Cause 2, people liked it, but then it kind of like fell off. That multiplayer mod brought everyone back.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It was chaos. It was great.
But the greatest thing about that multiplayer mod is the fact that, like, obviously it's a community-made thing. Like, the development, like, the devs from, like, that made fucking Just Cause 3, they said, oh, yeah, after we're done releasing the game and everything, we're going to help out the community to make that fucking multiplayer mod and bring it out as soon as possible. So right now, they're working on that mod, and that makes me so happy. That's going to be fantastic, actually, when that comes out.
I look forward to playing and being able to stream it
That'll
be
fun.
I'm
excited.
Let's see. I'm trying to now tell more stuff. Disappointed. Oh, okay. You know what? I think Brett played this. I don't think Dan did. I know he's played some games in the series. I know he has. Batman Arkham Knight.
Didn't play it.
Oh, I actually loved Arkham Knight. They actually bumped it up. Like, they made it well, I know it was really fucky on PC and everything, but, like...
That's not even what I'm talking about.
Well,
it was fucked on PC, and they never really fixed it, and had to be pulled from Steam, and...
Well, you see...
Disaster, but that's not what I mean.
I liked it because it was a mature Batman story, because it's always...
All of them have
been. You could say that. They've been a bit soft around the edges. Fucking Arkham Knight, from what I remember, it was really fucking mature.
Well, nice. My biggest problem with Knight is one, it's kind of more of the same. I mean, I've played 3 of these Batman games. Like, most people just push Origins to the side. Origins was fine. It was just another one of those. And Arkham Knight is just it's fucking beautiful, but it is just another one of those types of games, and I'm getting a little sick of them.
Yeah.
Second,
that Batmobile, though.
No,
that Batmobile.
That Batmobile, like, is cool in concept, and, like, in doses it might have been fun. It's 65% of the fucking game. They force it. Dude. I don't care. They force that god. It's not that fun to drive or shoot. They basically use it to, hey, here's a swarm of drones. Shoot the drones. You did it. And it does that.
What about the Riddler missions, though?
One, it's kind of ridiculous that the Riddler just made racetracks this time.
hey, shh.
One, that's just weird, and two, like, yeah, they're kind of neat, but also, how about some variety? Like, the Batmobile outstays its welcome. It takes over that game at a point. And what I'm so mad about is that at some point, there's a point where, like, you have to escape real quick and this Batmobile gets destroyed. And most people might be like, no, or not most, but some, Brett maybe, might go, no, the Batmobile, that cool thing, darn. And I was thank God, now you can use something that's not the fucking Batmobile. You can stop using it, finally. You've been forcing it into every aspect, platforming, puzzles, combat. You have been forcing this goddamn car that isn't that fun into every aspect of the game. Finally, they have a license to get rid of it and move on. And then, like, not 20 minutes later, he's pinned down by gunfire, and the person he's with is like, oh my God, how are we getting out of this? He goes, don't worry, I've got a spare. Boop. And then another Batmobile comes, and I'm like, fuck! Like, I don't want... It shoved its way into that fucking game and never left, and it was really irritating.
I think that's just mainly because, like, every fucking Batman game that was released, like, in the Arkham series, everyone's just like, give us the Batmobile. Give us the Batmobile. Like, all the community was just like, please, I want to drive the Batmobile
I don't mind.
down the road.
It just shouldn't... If they just wanted to use it as a way to, like, get around the city and occasionally, every once in a while, include it in a puzzle or something, fine. But the fact that so much of that game revolves around the goddamn Batmobile, like, thank God... None of the other... Thank God Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, thank God those places never had things that required the Batmobile, because now they're everywhere in Gotham, and it's so goddamn obnoxious and boring at a point. And then they have that, like, they have a tank stealth section where you as a giant hulking tank are, like, going around corners really carefully to shoot at the backs of other tanks. And it's
great impersonation,
stupid.
though, of a tank going around a corner.
Fuck you. It's so... The tank... Not only does the tank, I think, takes away from that game overall. Also, the story, not that great. I'm not talking about... There's one element of the story that's really good. And granted, they kind of... In a way, some people have been like, oh, you know, they copped out and they included something they said was dead. Spoilers, the Joker's in Arkham Knight. I think everyone... The Joker dies at the end of Arkham City. Dead. Fucking super dead. But then... In Arkham Knight, you were infected with something and fear toxins and stuff, and so the Joker is palling around you the whole game as a hallucination. And that's a lot. That's cool. Mark Hamill fucking nails it. He's a lot of fun to hang around. It's great. It's a great angle. It's not the most original angle, but it's a cool angle. It's done incredibly well.
They did it really clever. I just want to add to that, like, just the fact that, like, wherever you went, it wasn't, like, scripted, like, where he was and shit. Like you, like, say he was talking to you on the road. You'll zip line up to a fucking top of the building. He's just there chilling out,
chilling
like,
on a chimney,
side.
like, hey, Batman.
Yeah,
like,
I'm still talking, you fucking dick.
Okay.
Pay attention. You know,
Like, you're just swinging around the city, and there he is on the fucking roof. Like, it's not like you're in an elevator, and then you turn around, and there he is, just right there, seamlessly, talking to you. And I thought that stuff was incredibly well done, which made up for the fact that the main story was actually kind of weak. Arkham Knight, I guessed who it was, the first line of dialogue, and I was right. The first line of dialogue he says is, like, something along the lines of, like, I'm gonna get you, old man. And I went, well, why would he call him old man? How would he know he was an older man? Like, okay, so that narrows the list down. And I guessed, and there it was. And I fucking nailed it. It is the most predictable, cliched fucking thing on the planet. And even if I didn't guess it immediately, they telegraph it like crazy. Some of the stuff with Scarecrow, because the fear toxin... The thing is, the fear toxin was one of the most interesting moments of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. Oh,
and I was streaming the other night, and someone was like, "Yeah, I was playing Batman Arkham Asylum for the first time. And then my screen started glitching, and this opening cutscene started playing. So I turned off the game so my save data wouldn't be corrupted." And I went, "Just play it for like 5 more minutes, dude." And then he came back into my chat and was like, "God damn it!" Like, but the fear toxin thing leads to some interesting situations. There's one scene in particular with a pivotal character in the Batman lore that is incredibly well done, and I kind of wish they hadn't mulliganed it. I wish they would have stuck to it because it would have been more interesting. But just It's not a bad game. It means it's a fine another one of those games, but that's the biggest problem is that it is just another one of those games with a paint job increase or overhaul. Batmobile, no, it should have fucking left. When it blew up, I was so happy. It was so shitty when it came back. I was so mad.
I like that new paint job though it had when it came back.
But Dan?
Are you saying it should have lost a wheel?
Anyway, but also the story isn't that good, and it kind of just ended that series with it was all right. It wasn't anything spectacular. It was an all right game. It's one of the weaker games in that series, though, to me. Anyone else?
No.
Dan?
I don't think I played that many. I mean, like you look at the picture and like we can talk about Rare Replay, but those were all games that came out a long time ago.
It was a nice collection. Nice gesture. That's about all
we could talk
can
about
say
Splatoon, but I mean,
did you play Splatoon?
I didn't play Splatoon, but I've seen enough Splatoon videos.
Splatoon
to
is so good. Splatoon is so much fucking fun. It's a refreshing multiplayer shooter. Didn't have a lot of content at launch, but they've been adding nothing but free updates, and I appreciate it. Splatoon is great. If you have a Wii U, buy Splatoon.
We got
I'll say Elite Dangerous.
Oh yeah, isn't that the one that Farv is all dicks out
Farv
about?
and Brett are crazy.
And me as well. Yeah, I fucking love that game. But I'll say because I know Elite Dangerous was released last year.
Was it early access last year? Or
I think it was released last year, but I'm going to say about Horizons, which is basically the sequel, but they made it a DLC. But when you load up fucking Elite Dangerous, it now says you're playing Horizons instead. But the fact that they added fucking planetary landing on that ship blows my fucking mind.
Are you actually walking around on the planet?
No, but you're driving around in a little moon buggy.
So it's like the Mako from Mass Effect.
I don't know.
But
I don't
not
really,
bad.
I've never played Mass Effect, but sorry to kill some people there, but no. I don't. I killed Seth earlier. Like I trolled the fuck out of him by saying it's a terrible game. He nearly cried, but
Dude, he was gonna get it tattooed on himself.
I know. I was like, Mass Effect is a shit game. He was like, but getting back to the point, like a lot of people don't understand, like because there's a lot of controversy about like them releasing Horizons, because a lot of people are like, well, why can't you just add planetary landing as like a patch? You know, like why do I have to pay like so much fucking more to do this?
That's a whole other element. Like I can understand having it be expansion. Like that makes sense to me.
But yeah, exactly. Like the fact is, you're paying to land on every single moon in the Milky Way. That's not like 10, 15 moons. That's like nearly 1 trillion fucking moons that you can land on. That have like every single moon is completely different, and like each.
Are you sure about that? That seems ridiculous.
It is because like, well, think of No Man's Sky, dude. Like that game is completely randomly generated like throughout. Like you know, it's the same fucking deal with Elite Dangerous. Like every moon that you go to, there's either like a fucking big ass city there, like fucking like I'm talking skyscrapers and all that kind of shit, or there's like a little mining facility, or there's like little fucking rebel bases set up and all that kind of shit. They've even done this. See, this is so deep. This game, I won't go too much into it, but it's just like they've got like little stuff like you're flying through space, right? You'll get like a little random fucking interference on your like like your comms and everything. You'll get messages from ghosts from space, and you're like, what the fuck? And it's telling you like giving you coordinates and everything. You go to those coordinates, and there's like fucking aliens now they've added to it. There's like fucking just just so much stuff they've added from this fucking DLC, and a lot of people are bitching about it, which is pretty stupid, like I mentioned a second ago. But
I saw it scroll by in the chat that they originally said it might have been free. They originally said the planet landing was going to be free. If that's the case, I can understand some outrage. Like,
don't know. Well, to be honest though, dude, like the fact is, like, it's a small team of people that are making this. And to be honest, like, if they fucking told me, oh yeah, we're gonna release all these other expansion packs and you have to pay for them, I'll throw my fucking money at them to fund this fucking project, because this is a game that's gonna be going for the next fucking, I think it's 6 years, 7 years, 10. Well, I think actually, let's be over the top. I think they said they're gonna fucking develop this game for 10 years. Like, you know, just keep adding shit to it. Kind of like what they've said about Destiny.
well, that was a lie. So
Fuck Destiny.
fuck Destiny. Yeah.
Did you?
I hated that game from the get-go, but
I tried.
Real quick, did you insult Mass Effect and that made Seth come in here? Like, I feel like he's got
Seth popped in
Mass
the chat
Effect-
right as you said that.
I feel like he's got like Mass
He's just
Effect.
saying,
Like he's got Mass Effect like super hearing.
Nah,
when he
man.
hears
Hey,
you
man,
Mass
Mass
Effect
Effect.
mad, bro?
Hey, dude, Mass Effect was great. Ending of 3 was the worst fucking abomination in history. But whatever. Let's see.
Terrible game.
So
But,
Elite Dangerous, you like it, and I
Oh.
have it, and it's really intimidating, so I never try jump it.
Dude,
But-
I've always said, like, I'll fucking teach you the ways on that. It won't take long. I tried to teach Seth in here, but, like, he got bounty within 5 minutes of just shooting the wrong enemy. Well, it wasn't even an enemy. It was just a random dude mining, and then... fucking
Oh, really?
got-
Wait, Seth shot someone accidentally and screwed up everything? Weird.
That could be a video if it's just like Brett's like flight training and it's just me and Craig being the worst pilots ever. It's just like
Exactly.
Let's see.
this time it's Craig trolling Brett.
Okay.
But I'll definitely say as well. I mean, especially as well for all those Oculus Rift users out there that are fucking like, you know, they've got their Oculus Rift, they don't know what to play with it. I live with that game.
I
like,
think
with the
Elite
Oculus
Dangerous is
Rift.
the type of game. Look up YouTube videos first to see if you're into it in the first place. Because
Exactly.
it is
Yeah.
a very complicated and kind of intimidating game to get into.
It's basically Flight Simulator in space. That is it.
Which can
because
be
it's
very
not just a
intimidating.
fucking like TIE fighter, like, oh, I'm gonna go shoot enemies and it's nothing like that. It is literally the most deepest game I've ever played.
I mean, I play Grand Theft Auto, and sometimes I just like to drive around and enjoy my time, but everybody seems that they just want to kill me at first sight. Is that what, like, if I'm flying around,
No.
am I suddenly just gonna be shot? And I'm like, what the fuck? And there's just some dickhead who's just like, I'm gonna shoot everybody.
No, see, this is the thing. If they just randomly start shooting you, they'll get a bounty on themselves. And, like, if they don't give a fuck, they don't give a fuck. But, like, you know, like, people aren't really like that. They're really deep in the role-playing aspect on fucking Elite Dangerous. But,
Farva built a person computer.
Yes, that is it.
He has a
Farva's
thing
got,
he can
like, a
say
voice
computer, and it
activation.
goes. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's like, yes, Commander, every time he says something. It's just... It's just nothing wrong with that game. I can't pick out anything that is like, you know, that makes me feel like, oh, this is a bit
Steep
of a
learning
bad
curve is
point.
probably the biggest.
Yeah, that's the big, yeah, because like when I first played it, like literally I was a Dan when I played that. I would literally
What is that supposed to mean,
it's
dickface?
supposed to mean I was simple. I would fly around space.
Oh, listen here, you cockfuck.
No, cock ass. I used to fly around
I'm
listening
kicking
to
it
the
up a notch.
I used to fly around listening to the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, trying to find all these crazy galaxies and moons and all that kind of stuff and planets and fucking stuff. It is a great game, even if you just want to do that, just fly around space. But if you want to be a pirate, you can be a pirate. If you want to be a scavenger, you can be a scavenger. If you want to be a fucking, like, you know, like a fucking truck driver transporting fucking cargo across the fucking universe, you can do that. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's so good how they've made that game. And just the amount of fucking detail, like, the detail level is insane. Just, like, with all the planets and the systems and everything. And, like, when you get really up close to the planets, they don't pixelate out or anything like that. Or fucking... You know, like most games that we play on consoles now, when you get near something, it's like, oh wait, I've got to wait for the textures to load.
They just fade away like you're driving away from a planet. Like they get smaller and smaller until you can't really see them with the naked eye anymore.
Exactly. It's so good. I don't understand how they've done it, but
Okay,
that game is really fucking decent.
I'm glad.
Fuck.
Are we done? You sucking that elite penis?
All right,
I
I'm
added-
sorry. Let's talk about Halo 5 for an hour.
I already did
I
that.
added, I added Elite Dangerous to my
Wish
my
list.
wish list. It's 50% off right now. It's $15. The thing
Dude,
that I
get
went
it.
the thing I went holy fuck to is the fact that Psychonauts is 90% off and I still have yet to beat that game, so I'm actually buying it right now.
Let's
It's
see.
99 cents. If somebody wants to buy me Elite Dangerous, go ahead.
Hey, how about
Until I get paid.
I know for a fact Dan has played this week and actually participated in the conversation. I think Brett might have, because he has friends that play these types of games. Battlefield Hardline.
I didn't play Hardline.
God damn it, Brett.
Hey Craig, I have a question.
You did.
Whoop, whoop.
What is the sound of the police? Anyway. Battlefield Hardline, when I played the beta, I kind of liked it a little more than 4 because it worked, but also because it felt a little bit faster, a little bit tighter than 4 was. When it came out, I had fun playing it with Dan, but at the end of the day, it's kind of an expansion to Battlefield 4. It shouldn't have been a $60 game.
It was fun.
It was fun. Campaign was bad. And it was kind of lacking in terms of features. And man, with that what's the name of that car mode? Shit.
Oh, I don't remember.
I forget what it was called, but that driving around in the car mode, that easily broke all progression. It was super unbalanced. It was kind of fun, but Hardline, it at the end of the day, it kind of is just a fucking expansion that should not have been $60 at all. And it's a little disappointing. I had my fun with it. I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun playing the multiplayer because I do think it's a little bit faster and a little bit tighter than 4 was, at least for me and Dan. We had fun playing Hardline for the time we did, but
I think I played the beta with Dan.
We played the beta. I know we played the beta together and we enjoyed it, and Dan and I played the main game together and we enjoyed it, but I don't think we came back to it that much. We kind of stopped.
I played it quite a bit.
Well, you play everything you get quite a bit to justify your price, but that's about it. Battlefield Hardline is not, it's okay. It's just not worth asking price at all. But me. Dan? Got any games? You can do the one you want to. We can just keep going.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do that.
Well, for you, it's like 10
He
p.m.
needs to smoke and he needs to fap.
For you, it's 10 p.m. When do you have to go to bed?
Brett actually hit that square on the knob.
I know exactly what lifestyle you're leading right now, Dan, okay? I've lived it.
Look, Daniel.
You still live it, fuckface.
Daniel, for right now for you, it's 10 p.m. where you are.
Yeah.
Do you have a bedtime?
No, I don't have a bedtime.
For Brett, it's like 3 in the goddamn morning.
Yeah,
or no, it's like 5 in the goddamn morning. 5 in the morning. So you know what, Dan?
Eyebrows.
Check your goddamn privilege. So what game do you want to discuss?
I can't think of any
Discuss.
other ones.
Damn it, Brett. I was hoping you wouldn't catch it.
Fucking Sean Connery over here.
Man.
I'll
Anyway.
say Evolve.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Evolve and how great that was.
We had a fucking fun time on Evolve.
We did. No,
on the
you
beta.
Guys hated me.
Beta, that's it.
Yeah, Dan, it's because the reason we hated you, it's not because of Evolve. Evolve has nothing to do with this. Whenever it's a Dan versus everyone situation, you somehow become the master of everything you survey and you kick our asses every fucking time. So when you're the monster, it's like, I think you were using no clip because we never fucking saw you until it was time to kill us all.
You saw the goddamn end thing where you could see my path. You guys were just dumb.
No, it's bad.
You guys, you didn't see me the only time you saw me, I was already level 3.
I remember, yeah, I know. I remember when we were playing Evolve, we played it for a good amount of time. The beta. For me, specifically the beta. Brett, I believe, actually bought the full game. Dan did not. When Evolve first got announced, I know for a fact that Dan, like our group, Payden, and I think maybe Mike, they were stoked because it was a Left 4 Dead guys, and they love those games. So everyone was really stoked on Evolved. And when the beta came out, I played it, and I was having fun with it. But after like 3 hours with the beta, my thought was, is there more to this, or is this it? Is this because when like you get to fight the monster like on a constant basis, when you're constantly running into the monster and he has to try and get away and you're fighting it, there's fun, but a lot of it is you're just chasing after the fucking thing and never seeing it. No. So after spending, a good amount of hours with the beta and having some fun, at the end of that, I was like, okay, that's all. If that's all there is to this game, then it's not worth getting. And when Brett got the full game, I was still thinking about buying it. And then that game, I'll get into that in a second. But I was still thinking about buying it. And then Brett was like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but this isn't worth buying. Don't. And I didn't. So he saved me $60.
I remember that exact message while sending it to you.
You were streaming. No, you were streaming, and I was staring at it on my Xbox. Like, because you're in Britain land, you get games unlocked for you 5 hours earlier because it's midnight for you first. So you were streaming it, and I was just staring at the Xbox, and I was like in the chat, and I was like, so should I buy it? And you were just like, no, don't.
Don't do it. Save the money.
Evolve. Cool concept, but it didn't have legs. Like
the beta was fun.
The beta was fun, but then we played it. We were done. We didn't need to play it again. And
that's the thing about betas, though. Like they're always fucking amazing, and then they do something to fuck it up for the actual initial release.
At this point, Evolve at this point, I think if you look up Evolve's player base, there's no one. Like, it's dead.
I can imagine,
sure.
yeah.
Because the big problem with Evolve was not only did the concept not hold weight for a long period of time, but they made that game a microtransaction and marketplace factor. Like, they had, what was it? Like $200 worth of fucking skins and models and characters, and they charged $15 for a new monster, and they had that shitty season pass. And I think if you pre-ordered the game, you got access to one of the monsters. You got access to that $15 monster early for free, but if you didn't, you had to pay $15. And I think you got access to tier 3 hunters before everyone else grinded for them. Like, it was clear that game was meant to fucking try and milk players out of the gate, and it failed. It is not. If you can find it for cheap and you have some friends, maybe you'll enjoy it. But it's one of those games that if you don't have friends, it's a miserable experience. When I played the beta on my own, I streamed the beta once by myself and once with friends. When I played it on my own, it was a disaster. Because people either aren't talking or they think they're the hottest shit in the world, and they're yelling at you for everything that you do wrong. So it's not fun. But if you're playing that game with a group of people, it can be fun for like 3 to 4 hours. And then that's it. And then no one cares. So Evolve was just disappointing, but I kind of expected it not to be. After playing the beta, I kind of expected it to kind of flounder and not to.
Kind of pissed me off the fact that they didn't. I mean, this is from my memory. They might have changed this from that, by now. But the fact that they didn't really concentrate on releasing new map packs or fucking new creatures or anything like that to go up against. They just you bought that season pass? Well, here you go. We're making new characters to play as. Totally gonna change the game. It's like, I would prefer more shit than just new characters to play as.
It was not.
No.
No. I'm glad. I'm glad that companies are releasing betas now, because then I can play them and identify them as not something that will have long-term value.
After he reads the review.
Fuck off and die.
No, I had to.
Die. So.
Okay, what about Rainbow Six Siege then?
Huh?
Oh, that did come out.
It came out the 1st of this month.
Jesus, Dan, how much does
I'm sorry, I don't follow Tom Clancy. He's never wowed me.
Well, no, you've told me that you've played. Didn't you before Conviction? Did you play a Splinter Cell?
I loved the third one.
Chaos Theory. Everyone did.
And the only reason I loved that was because the group of people I played with, we played a game. I don't remember what it was called. But it was on the warehouse level, 3 spies versus 1
Everyone always did that shit. That was great.
Merc with 9 lives, spies with 3, and literally it was just fuck with the Merc hour. And we
stand out in front of his house and just stand out in front of his spawn and just keep jumping off the wall and landing on his head, and it was a lot of fun.
We literally just we subjugated it to that warehouse, the room with all the boxes.
Mm-hmm. Everyone did that. That was a fun mode to do. That was a.
And that's it. That's all I did.
But Rainbow Six Siege.
The only other great memory I had was X Gon Give It To You.
Me and you running with shotguns. Like, in a stealth game, me and Dan just grabbed silent shotguns and just kicked indoors and killed everyone as a joke, and it worked every time. While blasting
X Gon Give It To You.
While blasting X Gon Give It To You.
Wow.
But anyway, Rainbow Six Siege. That game, I mean, I played that game enough to think about reviewing it, so I reviewed it and did a quickie review of it that's 2 minutes on my channel now.
Are you doing those quickie reviews now?
No, I did the one as a test to see how it would play, and everyone liked it. But, so when I played the beta, I really liked it, and I was hoping there to be a lot of content to it. And, there was some problems, some hit detection stuff. But, I played, there were 3 betas? 2 betas? There was an alpha, I know, but at least...
That was a lot.
There was a ton of alphas and betas and shit. I played 2 of the betas, and I played that game all the times in the betas.
I played on the MLG stage at Eurogamer.
We're all very proud of you. And my biggest worry was that it wasn't going to have a ton of content. And that worry did come to fruition, but the game is so much fucking fun that even after playing the betas to death, streaming the betas to the point where people got fucking sick of seeing the game, I still bought the game for $40. I found it on Green Man Gaming. It was on sale for $40.
Really cheap.
And it still might be that on Green Man Gaming for CD Key. But that game is it's the most fun I've had in a multiplayer game, just period, all year. The biggest problem I have is that there's no single player component. Like, there are the situations which you can beat in 2 hours and do all the challenges, and it's not hard. And then it unlocks that 11th fucking thing. Did you do the situations, Brad?
No.
After you beat all 10, it unlocks this 11th with full fucking cutscenes, a story, kind of, like, it's not much, but it's still some really well done cutscenes. Fucking, it gives context to the enemies you're fighting. It does matchmaking unexpectedly, so you're playing with people against AI.
Okay.
So it essentially turns into another terrorist hunt thing, but it's a unique map with a unique situation and a unique. It makes you go, why the fuck didn't you make a campaign? You just proved you could do it. So that just feels like a tease.
I think, you know why they didn't do a campaign? I'm just going to throw this out there. Fucking Call of Duty. Call of Duty's ruined everything like this, because it's just like, they probably just looked at, like, you know, other games and just gone, you know, if we make a campaign, we spend, like, so much money making this shit, no one's really going to play it. It's just going to want to play multiplayer. There's only a select group that want to play a campaign.
But a campaign still adds a value that people
know.
appreciate. Like Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2, great campaign. I'm not saying they were great stories, because they kind of weren't, but in terms of just playing them and set pieces and just co-op experience, they were fantastic. So the fact that they just removed the campaign, again, the trend, we're going to take shit out and then make you pay the same.
Yeah.
The one, and Siege, I think it has 12 maps, and also it has those shitty microtransactions in it, but you can completely skip them. They shouldn't fucking be there, but they really don't affect the game much.
Like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat. They shouldn't be there either, Daniel.
Daniel?
Yeah, that's how you know I'm fucking serious.
Ooh.
So,
Somebody put on his big boy pants.
But the thing with Siege is that, and I don't think Terrace Hunt is that great. I think it's kind of throwaway. It's been better. It's been done better in past games in the series.
Oh, yeah.
But the act of playing that game in multiplayer is so damn fun and so damn exciting and it's well done. It's tense. It's exciting. It's so damn good that I can overlook a lot of the other shit that I don't like. The lack of content, really. It says something that I want there to be more of that fucking thing. I enjoy it so much. I just want more of it. Give me more variety to it. And I still pop it in every once in a while. I'm not saying I play it every night, but I still log on every once in a while and play a couple matches, because it is still crazy.
Because I would like to play that.
I don't mind.
I've played like 6 matches, and that's it.
It's so good. I for $40, buy it immediately. 60. I don't know about 60. I'm more on the fence about that. I think maybe rent it, play the multiplayer, and see if it really grabs you like it grabbed me. And if it does, then consider it maybe. But for 40, fucking buy it. 40 or 50, I would say buy it, because I have a lot of fun with it. I know the new maps will be free, which is appreciated, and I do appreciate that. But there should be more maps at launch, I think.
Yeah.
Like, front load your game with remember when games had shitloads of content to start and then got more? Now games have a lot less content than they used to, and then they give you more. So I like that the maps are free, and I think operators will be free, but if you bought the season pass, you'll get them a week early. But
yeah,
it's a good game. I really enjoy Siege.
I remember, like, just adding to that, like, just throwing out a name there, Father. Like, he showed me a bunch of fucking shit. Like, he lives on that fucking game, and, like, he's worked out every little nook and cranny where to fucking shoot people through the floorboards and everything when you're playing fucking Terrace Hunt or whatever. Not Terrace Hunt,
it's on sale
sorry,
on
the
Steam
other
right
version.
now for $45, according to the chat. So
Boom.
I would jump on that. If you have a PC that can run, I have a, like, not the one I'm gonna get built withstanding. The one I have now is kind of old. It runs a 660 graphics card, but on medium settings, that game runs very well. It's great. It's really fun. Dan, I don't know if there's anything else you can think of. I still got my list here I could pull out, but
I really can't. Was anything else really that? I don't think I really
Grim
played
Fandango.
Nah, I just threw that on there as I didn't beat it. But the
I
remaster did
did.
come out this year.
That was great.
No, I lost interest. Like, I don't think I'm into adventure games like that anymore. I just, I didn't care.
Soma.
I didn't play it. I want to.
I didn't either.
I want to play it and stream it, but I don't have Soma.
I've played a little bit, and from that little bit I played, it was like, this is nice.
What I heard is that it's from the Amnesia guys, but it's not scary as much. Like, it's really interesting and makes you think as opposed to being scary.
I'll say it's more tense than fucking. I mean, Amnesia as a game is fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I find that game fucking shit your pants. Like, no matter how many horror games you've played and think how experienced you are, such as I played every fucking horror game out there. I still, like, my hand is like fucking shaking on the mouse trying to fucking run away from some fucking ghoul that's got half his jaw hanging to the fucking floor chasing after me. I find that game terrifying, but Soma, it's just, yeah, it's more a bit like, ooh, this is, ooh, shit, what's gonna happen now? Ooh,
what does
kind of
humanity mean? Like,
exactly. This game's making me think, bro. Like, it's a really clever game, but I need to finish that, definitely.
Speaking of horror, did anyone else play Until Dawn here?
No, I
Nope.
didn't play it. Seth's just finished playing it.
I know Dan doesn't have a PS4, but
Butterflies.
I think Until Dawn, it has gotten such praise. People absolutely love it. The critics love it. And I don't, which, haha, Dan, suck it. I don't like what the fucking critics. I don't agree with the critics. The critics think it's amazing, but I think that it's a fun, like, predictable, like, it's every horror movie you've ever seen, which is kind of the point. It's supposed to be like a love letter to that.
Is it a bunch
genre.
of teens going, hey, I'm gonna fuck that chick in the back room and like some shit? Like, I don't know.
That's exactly what it is. At least
man,
at first.
I'm gonna go balls deep.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is at first. It's every stereotype
What?
you've ever. It's every stereotype you've ever seen in a cliched fucking horror movie, but for what it is, and the dial, it's cheesy as shit. But that's kind of what adds to its charm. It's very cheesy. It's pretty silly. Like, there's a couple little jump scares that get you, but it's not really scary. Choice stuff, it kind of matter. Like, people have been calling it heavy rain, but horror, and I can kind of see where they're coming from on that. There's a lot of quick time events, a lot of choice stuff. It's a fun romp. Like, it's one of those games that you do what I do. You rent it, you play through it in one sitting with a friend or two, or you stream it, and you have fun with it, but don't buy it. It's not worth $60, I don't think. It's not. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm thinking about buying it. It's one of those games that
Rent it.
I keep forgetting about it because it's just like, it's one of those games that's not forced in my face in every fucking website,
Rent it, because I doubt you'll play it more than one. I mean, you're the guy that played fucking Outlast 17,000 times.
Don't even remind me.
But Until Dawn isn't. It's not like that. Like, the choices might be different, and like you can and depending on your choices, all 8 of the teens can die or all 8 can live.
Okay.
But-
That'd be a bit of a boring horror story.
But it's
if
not
all
like
live.
the story dramatically changed. Like, someone dies and then they're just kind of out of the story, but because, like, someone can see something hard. I fucked up and someone got killed. Like, their jaw got ripped off. Like, when it can be, it's not like in your face gory, but it does get graphic with violence at times for like short bursts.
Okay.
So, like, this guy was just like, oh my god, she's dead! But then the game has to carry on not knowing whether she lived or not. Like, the game has to be written around that you might not know. So, So he kind of just got over it, really, and was cracking jokes really, really quick.
Okay.
So it's a fun little romp that's worth a rental. I don't think you should buy it for $60 ever.
I think what else was there? I mean, there's Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Compared to Unity, it's a masterpiece.
Oh,
In terms of... Did you play... You played through Syndicate, I know you did.
Yeah.
Compared...
I mean, isn't that like a contract that he has to sign for living in the UK?
Because I don't know if that was
Take
a
some
Ubisoft
bleach.
joke or... Okay. I don't know.
Wow.
Um,
Somebody say
those
shit.
bleach
That's
pills.
fucking-
Anyway, sorry. For Syndicate, Unity
Good
last
game.
year was a fucking disaster.
Terrible
It was
game.
a technical mess, and even if it worked, the story was terrible. And the
Awful.
structure was terrible, and the design was terrible. It was a terrible game. I ranted about it for like 35 minutes last year. Syndicate is a solid entry in the series.
Amazing.
It does, like, it has, the past story is kind of interesting. They have occasional bouts where they go back to the modern day, and they don't care anymore. They don't. Modern day shit doesn't matter to them, and you know what? That's disappointing. I found that stuff interesting in the original series. But like, it doesn't do anything to blow you away. But if you don't like Assassin's Creed, Syndicate's not going to change that, like Black Flag might. But Syndicate's
Black Flag
solid.
was just Pirate Simulator.
Yeah, like
That was awesome.
Syndicate is solid. I rented it. I'm glad I beat it. I'm glad I played through it. If you like Assassin's Creed, you'll like Syndicate.
I like how with Syndicate they just throw you straight into it though, instead of like every other fucking Assassin's Creed where it's like, oh, you gotta.
Yeah, you're already an established assassin. Go, like, finally.
Wait, there's not
Yeah.
like a 2-hour introduction?
No,
Well, they just go.
literally-
It's hey, since you play as twins in that game. One of the Jacob goes off, the brother goes off to do one mission, Evie goes off to do another, and you just play through them both concurrently. And like, yeah, there's tutorial pop-ups, but you're in a fucking mission stabbing people. Like it's
Yeah, I killed like fucking 20
it's
people
not
in the
like
first 5
how
minutes of actually
about
playing that game.
we have you play as a little tiny Native American child for 3 hours, where you learn how to hunt and jump through trees.
Kill me.
Like it's bad. That was bad.
That was horrible.
But Syndicate is solid. Like I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
Actually,
It's,
I don't know
it's a
what's
middle of the
worse.
road entry in the series. I think it's not like I don't think it's as good as Brotherhood. I don't think it's as good as 2. I don't think it's as good as Black Flag. But it is. It's worth playing if you like that series.
It is. I mean, it's got great characters, definitely. I mean, that have an actual personality instead of fucking like the guy
like
from
them,
number
yeah.
3. That's just like, I don't know if I should be doing this. Every decision he makes
He
throughout
was
the
the most
entire
boring
game.
emo protagonist. Granted,
Wrong.
you know, Native Americans saw his entire people wiped out. I get it, but it's still fucking boring.
And
And the
fucking
story wasn't
Unity,
interesting.
where you play as a fucking like guy who's walking around a mansion for about 2 hours.
You
It's
play
like,
as a spoiled fucking idiot that becomes dull and boring and then goes on a drunken murder simulator tirade, and it's weird.
it's fucking stupid.
But I like Syndicate. I think that Evie is more interesting than Jacob in terms of the twins.
oh yeah. She's
Jacob's
really
not
good.
bad. It's just that he's another Assassin's Creed lead that you've seen
Well,
a bunch of times before. The cocky idiot that sometimes doesn't think.
Yeah,
Like,
that's where
cool.
it balances out with Evie. Like, you know, if you want to play like as a serious character and everything, go as her. It's
I know.
and
And like you could give her a Thunderstone and she could turn into Jolteon.
you're a penis.
So the next, let's see. I'm trying to look through things here. I know
what about
we've been
Mad
going
Max?
for a while.
Did you guys play Mad Max?
I thought
Mad Max.
I rented Mad Max. I thought it was good for what it was.
I was surprised. Okay, like I'm gonna put it like this because like what I do now, because like before back in the day, I would like research into every fucking detail of the game before it's released. Now I like to just go into that game blank, like, you know, not knowing a single fucking thing about it, just knowing the title and what it is. And the fact of how big that fucking world was, to say it was like a game based on a movie franchise, I was fucking impressed. Like, I think now is good. I like the graphics as well. I mean, what did you play it on?
The one I played it on the Xbox.
All right, okay. Well, I played it on PC, and that's still like that was just like PC Master Race, bro. But no, it's just like, holy shit, this game looks tits. Like they've actually made a nice looking game, and like having the little guy on the back of your car, fucking
Weirdo.
like fixing it and shit. He's
My-
called what? Chum Bucket?
Chum Bucket. That is right. Yes. The thing with Mad Max is that I don't think that game does anything aside from like the main story, because the main story is just kind of meh. I don't think that game does anything particularly wrong, but it doesn't do anything great either. Like, the driving is fun, but it's not the best. I think as you upgrade the car, it gets better, and as you upgrade your melee moves and make Max better, it has a good upgrade ramp. It has a very good, and you constantly feel like you're getting better. But none of it is great. Like, the combat is kind of a crappier Batman system.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
The driving is fun, but at a certain point, I just avoided it. I actively drive off the road to avoid a convoy because I didn't want to deal with it. Like, I just want to move on. I don't want to be getting rammed up the asshole like it's a Sunday night all the time. It's just annoying.
Sunday, hey?
So aside from that stuff being, like, fine, it's, like, reasonably satisfying, but it loses its luster before the end of the game. It's repetitive as shit. There's, like, 5 things to do, and then they just multiplied them by 10 and throw them on the map, and that's what you do. Which meant that at a certain point, I was like, okay, I need to be done with this. I need to just mainline this thing and be done, because this isn't that interesting anymore. It's one of those things that if all you want is a game to, like, be a completionist over, Mad Max will take you a long time to do. Like, there's a shitload to do. It's just...
Shit toad.
Fuck off. There's a shitload to do. It's just not... There's just not much variety to it, and so you get sick of it pretty quick. But for what it is, like, it's fine. Like, I've been saying this a lot the last few. It's a good game to rent. It's an enjoyable rental. I'm glad I discovered Redbox, because Redbox allows me to play games like this for $15, $12 and be done with them.
Yeah.
So that was fine.
Have we talked about Fallout 4 yet?
Dan has been trying to hold that off until as the grand finale. Like, there's nothing better.
Okay, we'll hold that off a little bit longer then. What about Rocket League?
Oh God.
Going to the sports side of things.
You guys were so dicks out about that game.
It was so much. It came out of nowhere. And
Why wouldn't we be dicks out about that thing, Dan?
I was watching Peyton play it. I was watching Peyton play it on his PS4, and I was actually like, it looks
jealous.
fun. It looks fun. I've just never played it.
It's
You've
one of
never
those
played
things.
Rocket League?
It's beautiful simplicity. Like, that game is as simple as you can get.
It didn't look like I needed to learn anything. Honestly, if he would have handed like, we switched to fucking Battlefront, we just swapped back and forth. But if he would have handed me the controller, I'm pretty sure I could have probably.
It's not something like it's easy to pick up because you can jump, you can boost, and that's about it. It's not, but like there is some nuance into like trying to determine where the ball's going to be and trying to time a flip right. And when you flip, you boost forward a little bit. So try to beat people by flipping and using your boost concurrently. And if you look up like amazing shots on like YouTube, some of the things people fucking nail. I mean, Rocket League are
exactly.
ridiculous.
It's a pure skill game, and like that's what I love
wouldn't
about
go
it.
that far, but
No, I mean, there's some moments where it's just stupid, but like, I mean, I played a lot with Coulter and Father and stuff. Like, we will have our sessions every morning, same time, play it and shit for a few hours. And it's like they were always. I mean, I was playing on American servers to like bear in mind, so I was like one of the guys that would just be like, I'll knock it to you.
Yeah,
and
you lagged
fucking
like
score.
crazy when I played with you.
Stupid, but you could jump on my server sometime. I'll show you how to play, kid. But like, it just wait 1 second.
There's a dog.
I'm just telling Sarah she's on camera. She's naked.
What?
Did she actually pass through the frame?
Wait,
Or is it just her hair?
Wait.
I can see the ring girl behind you.
Oh my God.
I'm super fucking curious if that got caught.
That's a lucky man.
Let's see. About 3
wait,
hours
I
in.
just
Check the cam. Got it, Craig.
Covered. 1 second, guys.
So Rocket League, though,
That Rocket League, though.
you boost the car and you hit a bunch of boobs. I mean balls.
Sarah, hurry the fuck up. What are you doing?
I mean, you really just got to go tit for tat on it. You guys ever notice how spherical it is? I lost all of it. Sorry.
It's
Okay.
Okay. Like seriously.
Shut
I
the
have
door.
to I have to fucking remember that. I've been 3 hours into this thing.
3 hours.
Did she fucking walk into frame at an inappropriate time?
Oh my god!
Okay.
But
Gotta check.
Can I want to point out, I feel super close to Brett's, and his lady for what happened with Brett earlier and what just happened with the lady now.
Was Brett shirtless? Oh yeah.
Oh no, I caught a glimpse of Brett.
Nice.
Wait, you just got a glimpse of my ass?
No, don't you remember earlier when we first got in the Skype call?
Oh, you said you were shirtless. Oh, right. You turned on
wasn't
your
shirtless.
webcam, realized you were pantsless, and then No one watching the stream saw any of that, but still. Anyway,
Super close with the.
Anyway,
with
Rocket
that
League.
thing.
Anyway, Rocket League, Dan. Here's the thing about Rocket League, though, is that it's really simplistic. It's really easy to pick up, and it's a fun game. I'm done with it. I've tried to play it, and I just kind of lose it in like half an hour. Like I had my fun with it, and I don't think I'll ever go back to it ever again.
That's the thing, like, you know, I think I'm burnt out on that game now because I was saying before the boobs, like, it's like when I was saying about it being a skilled game, like you can just play it simple and just be like, oh,
run at the
knock
ball
into
and
the net.
whatever. Like,
But you could be fucking badass and be like, all right, I'm gonna fucking jump up in the air, do a boost, and then fucking do a flip, and then fucking smack my ass into that ball and bounce it in the net and be a fucking badass on fucking Reddit for a few days.
I think they had didn't they add hockey, like, or make the ball a hockey puck?
Terrible.
Is it?
They should. Awful.
Aw.
It's just fucking awful. It's so sad because that is so good. Camera.
Again?
How fucking are you just like in the middle of your goddamn bedroom or something? Where like
I'm in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Yes. This is
Can't
where
she
my
change in the
shit's at.
living room?
What?
No,
Can't she like change in the living
no,
room?
if she's
or
already
the
if she's already naked on the other side of the room, she has nowhere to go. Like,
I'm sat on my bed right now, Dan.
you're in a
Okay,
chair.
so your apartment or cabin or whatever the fuck you're in
Apartment.
is
This is
only
my
one
bedroom.
room.
Dan, this is not a point worth
What are you
elaborating
talking
on.
about? This is.
I'm
what?
saying
I'm
there's
in a-
multiple
I'm in a
rooms
house.
in the house. Why does she have to come in?
Dude, everyone has
She
seen
went
boobs
for
in
a
this call,
piss,
okay?
Dan.
It's not that interesting.
She just woke up and went for a
I'm
piss, Dan. She just
I'm
didn't
kidding.
wake up and go, oh, Brett is on stream.
Stop sleeping naked. That's weird.
Anyway, isn't Rocket League cool? Great. Can we move on now?
Naked, Dan? You don't what?
I don't sleep naked. I don't like my
Fuck,
bits on
you
sheets.
fucking pantsless noob.
I
Fucking
sleep in my
No,
boxers.
he's sweet. No, not pantsless.
pant wearing noob. Sorry.
How does
Dumbass.
that make me a noob? If anything, you're a noob if you don't wear pants because you came out of the womb not wearing pants.
Exactly. And I
This is a
go into the
stupid
bed not
detour.
wearing pants.
Anyway, video games, aren't those
Dad.
fun?
It's fun, Greg.
Anyway, yeah, Rocket League. I don't know if there's anything more I can say about it. I don't know if Brett
Brett,
wants
your
to continue.
invention.
His invention? What are you talking about? Oh, the little camera blocker. Right.
Use your invention.
Okay, so that happened. I guess I'll be very quick because I don't think Brett's played it. Have you played Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Nope.
No?
No.
And Brett? No? Okay. Just real quick then. It's a really fucking good game that I'm really enjoying. It's better than the first one. I like the first one fine, but I didn't think it was as great as everyone else did. Once again, disagreeing with the credits. Dan. Critics. Dan. Rise of the Tomb Raider so far, though, I'm like a good chunk through, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm actively seeking out all of the optional tombs, which are a lot of fun. Combat is fine, nothing all that great, but it's fine. Rise of the Tomb Raider, it's really good. I really recommend it if you have an Xbox One. Oh, man. I am looking through. Did anyone play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes?
Oh,
Yes,
Great.
kind of.
Great party
Yeah.
game. I don't think there's much more to say to it than that, but if you have friends, get that game and play it. It's a local multiplayer game. You have to defuse a bomb. I recommend printing out the guide. It's 23 pages. It's better to have physical paper there.
I was talking about playing that with you, eh? Like because it's Oculus Rift compatible as well.
Yeah, I do not have notifications on, but Dylan Yuna donated $10 and said, "Here's a bit more for you. Have a happy new year." Thank you, Dylan. You've been donating. You've been the only guy donating to my streams for the last ever. But appreciate it. Sorry that the notification is not actually on screen right now. What else? I'm kidding. That's kind of been the big ones. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood was fine. Ori and the Blind Forest is great if no one's played that. If you haven't played Ori and the Blind Forest, you should play Ori and the Blind Forest.
Need for Speed was terrible, apparently.
Dan
I
isn't
bought
caring
it.
for it. He thinks it's okay. I didn't
Hey,
play
you
it.
want to race? Then that's a game to race.
Yep,
There we go.
pretty
Done.
much it.
End of story.
It's easy as that. I mean, it doesn't excel, but it also doesn't like. I'm
Dan,
not
you're going
disappointed.
too far into it. It's Need for
Sorry.
Speed racing.
Sorry.
Lots of monster product placement. Let's see.
Oh my god.
Again, Ori and the Blind Forest. Gorgeous, amazing, sounds great. It actually is surprisingly fucking punishing for how cute that game is. But you should all play it. Grow Home also really fun little platformer. It's got the leaf over there. Grow Home. It's
Oh, that game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's enjoyable, and it's just one of those. It's kind of something to play. It's not really all that. What's the word? Challenging.
It's a Gone Home.
No. You play as a little robot named Bud who's climbing this massive plant.
Oh, okay.
City Skylines. If you hated SimCity and thought that was a travesty, City Skylines is what you need. It is SimCity done right. So play that.
It was such an ad then. It was such an advertisement. If you hate SimCity,
SimCity was garbage and killed Maxis. And so City Skylines delivers on that. And if you had a SimCity fix that was not for Phil, City Skylines. Huh?
I might try that. I played SimCity and that killed me inside.
Yes, play City Skylines. Other than that, though, there's nothing here that's jumping out at me. We've talked about the major ones. We've got at length about them. Aside from the one, I know that there's the one game that Dan wants to talk about. Who he's actually played.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I the only one who wants to talk about it? We don't have to fucking talk about it.
No, it's not that. But I feel like you've been.
I
feel like Dan, aside from commenting on boobs, has been pretty quiet for a while, and I didn't want that.
One time I comment on boobs, and suddenly I'm the boob man.
Well, you know.
You are pretty titties.
Oh, we didn't. I didn't play Undertale.
Hey.
People are saying Undertale. I didn't play Undertale.
No, me neither.
I will at some point, I'm sure, but I haven't.
I watched.
Is that what the pixel thing is, right above Dan's head?
Yeah, that's what the skull thing is.
That's terrible graphics.
It's supposed to be. Dick.
It's kind of the point.
I picture Brett picking up like Shovel Knight and being like, "This game sucks. It looks garbage."
Hey,
Yeah.
I played fucking Terraria area with you for fucking how many hours, Dan?
That's what it's
We
called.
had fun, motherfucker.
That is a significantly
You
longer
had fun.
title.
I was passing out while you was building my lair.
Motherfucker, you fell asleep after the heist in Grand Theft Auto. We were gonna steal all your money.
All right, just quick aside, after we did all the heists in Grand Theft Auto, we were just playing some game modes because we were still playing GTA, and we did this one where it put you all in jets and you had to race. Brett fell asleep during that race, so you just see a jet just keep going as it just crashes into the same mountain over and fucking over.
You are so lucky that it spawned you in your house. Because we were going to call muggers and just have them just chip away money from you.
But that's a random aside. So I guess the only thing left... Granted, I know that there's going to be games this year that some of us haven't played, or some of us just don't think are worth talking about, or that we forgot about. There's plenty of shit that we don't have knowledge on or forgot about. So
Is this going on YouTube?
yes. So if there's a game...
Make sure that you comment.
Yeah, if there's a game... If you're watching this on the YouTube version, then I would recommend commenting below and let us know what your favorite games of the year were there. We're not done. Don't worry.
Why not start a flame war? Let's really just rip into it. If somebody's just like, "Oh, Battlefront's great," and you're just like, "Oh, Battlefront sucks," start a war.
Yeah, we're not done yet. We'll talk about Fallout 4, and then I think I'll look over at the chat and see if there's anything else that people think that is worth mentioning that we have not already discussed. But hey, Fallout 4, Dan.
Why me? Why am I the one?
You're the motherfucker who, like, what, an hour and a half ago was just like, no, man, we're gonna save this. We're gonna save Fallout. It's gonna be the
was
finale.
like the most hype game. I saw fucking one of the best pictures I saw. It was some news article or gaming news was like, Black Ops 3 is the most anticipated game of 2005, and right underneath it was a picture of that guy who sings that song, Why the Fuck You Lying? Because that was not the most anticipated game. Like, literally, when I fucking heard that the fucking Fallout website was there was some activity going on with the fucking please stand by, and then like what 2-3 days later they dropped that trailer. I want to point out, how in the fuck did a game that big that was in development for so long, how did nothing get leaked?
It did.
Oh, it did?
Yes. Basically, details like I think it was Kotaku. I think leaked it because then they bitched about being blacklisted a couple months ago. Bethesda, like some documents. I think the script or like the basic outline of Fallout 4 got leaked, and the fact that it took place in Boston, they reported on that. So that was reported on at some point. Like, it wasn't reported on like the week before E3 or whatever. It was reported on like a while ago, like to the point where people would forget about it. Like,
Well, I didn't know.
but like, anyway, it's
Great fucking game.
Yeah, I think it is a great game.
Soundtrack's amazing. Now I know a lot about Butcher Pete.
If you did you play Fallout 3? Because the soundtrack is pretty much all the same.
There's some added extras. I mean, like,
I know it does. So there's a justification for it, but it's kind of lame to listen to the same tracks again.
Whoa, kind of lame, dude. Now come on.
I played like 200 hours of Fallout 3. Heard the songs a lot. Like I want something different.
Mate, well, I'm not even complete. I've got one fault about Fallout 4, right? The fact is that I've put in. Well, this is one of them that really stands out to me. Really fucks me off the fact that I've put like nearly 100 hours into that game, and I've only done 2 fucking main quests, a bunch of side. God damn it, Morty.
Wow, that was awesome.
He did it better than me. He did it way better than me.
Bread of the year, everyone. Bread of the year.
Oh my god. Brett wins.
The fact that like I'm gonna piss. The fact that I put like nearly 100 hours into that game, and sorry, that's tickled me a bit. The fact that like all I've done is just a small amount of like a small portion of what the game has to offer, and all I've really concentrated on was fucking settlements. Like the fucking people whining, "Oh, we don't have enough food. We don't have enough water. Please come and save us." It's like, for fuck's sake, I want to play the game, and you're telling me when every time I go onto my fucking Pip-Boy over here, I'm like, "Oh shit."
Wow, that was not calibrated to fit your arm at all, was it?
Oh shit, my Pip-Boy's telling me, "Oh, the light's on." My Pip-Boy's telling me, "Oh god, I gotta go save these fucking kids from dying of not having any water. Oh, they have little fucking defense. Oh, I've gotta go and fucking go find shit for the next 6 hours and then build it for them." It's like, oh my god.
Dan, Fallout 4?
I'm the Silver Shroud.
Everyone here is the Silver Shroud. That doesn't make you fucking
I
special.
finished the quest and I'm not taking it off.
But then all your armor's gone.
I don't give a fuck. Silver Shroud.
Here's the thing about Fallout 4. I put about 50 hours into it. In terms of the main quest, I have one more main quest to complete the story. Unfortunately,
spoilers. Everyone, who are you siding with? You can't say who you're siding with because
no. I sided with the Minutemen just because they were neutral and didn't have a political agenda. Like that's one of the big problems I think with Fallout 4 is that in terms of the story, there's the 4 factions. Minutemen aren't really a faction; they're just kind of there. But there's what's the fucking name of the Institute, the Railroad, and the Brotherhood of Steel. And the thing is that I think they should have made you play through all of their quest lines before the main story progressed, because things have broken for me or gone weird. Because I got to a point in the story.
I can't do tradecraft anymore.
Tradecraft? Oh, the railroad. Sorry. Sneeze went away.
Oh,
dude, Craig, sneeze.
I had to sneeze and then it went right back in. I was expecting it.
It's the god of that thing where you're about to sneeze, but your friend says, "Hey, what's up?" and you suddenly freeze.
Anyway, sorry. So I think it should have made you play, because I think the thing it does right with the factions is they all have like a sound reason, but they have a sound justification and reasoning for their position, but their methods all suck. So they should have made you play through each thing individually, and then I think made you deal with the Institute. Because the problem is that I decided the Institute is part of the main quest, so I started dealing with the Institute. So the Institute, for a while at least, liked me. So then the Railroad was just like, all right. I went off and did one of their quests, and the guy I was with was like, okay, we got to get into this building, and there's gonna be synths in there. We have to kill them all because they're gonna kill. They were friendly to me, so I walked in the front door, and all the synths were like, "Hello, good day." And then the fucking guy comes up behind me like, "Brrr," and they're all shooting at him. They're all running by me to shoot him. And because he's a story NPC, he can't die. He can get knocked down, but he can't die. So I just got to watch this endless loop of him like running in, like badly dodging, shooting. He kills one synth, then he falls down, and the synths are all like, "We got him." And then he gets back up, and then he shoots another one, then he down him. We got him. And he just repeated this loop to the point where I was just like, all right, I'm just going to run to the fucking objective, and when you get to me, you get to me. It got to the point where like a couple times I just had to kneel in a corner with a silent sniper rifle and go, I'm going to shoot. Because I didn't want to shoot the synths because I didn't want to lose credibility with them. I didn't want them to hate me yet. So at a certain point I was like, okay, I need to fucking sit in this corner, be hidden, and snipe these things in the face just so we can move the fuck along. And then there was this huge battle. There's like the Battle of Bunker... I think it's Bunker Hill. There's this huge fucking battle. Yeah. We've got you got the Brotherhood of Steel. You got the Railroad. You got the Institute. They're all converging and fighting. They all liked me at this point. So I'm just standing in the middle of just explosions and people dying and shouting for help, and all of them are just like, get those synth bastards. Hey, Craig. Get those fucking fall. Hey, dude. Like, and none of them, again, it was one of those points where I was like, this is not going to move along unless I sit in a corner and start shooting people. And so things in the story just broke because they didn't compensate for the fact that maybe I didn't progress through all of these yet.
I had the same thing happen.
So that's just stupid. That's just bad design. I think technical stuff on the consoles, frame rate gets hitchy as shit sometimes, and meh.
PC Master Race.
I think one of the big complaints that I've heard from detractors is that if you really think about it, Fallout 4 is just another Fallout 3, warts and all. Like when did Fallout New Vegas come out? Was it 2000? Has it been at least 5 years?
It was 2010.
So it's been like 5 years since the last one. But they've had all this fucking time, and they kind of just made another Fallout game, which Fallout games are fun. Like, I enjoy playing through them. And I put 50-some-odd hours into this one. But at the same time, they didn't fix any of the bullshit. Like, it has the same bugs. It has the same scripting errors. It has the same phasing through walls and falling through the world stuff. I haven't experienced a ton of that, but it has happened. I kind of was hoping that they'd fix... I expect jank when it comes to Bethesda stuff. I expect shit to just break sometimes. But I was hoping it would break in, like, different ways that I hadn't seen in 3 games at this point, including Skyrim. There's that. The building stuff is kind of not good. The settlement stuff is incredibly janky. It's not user-friendly. It's poorly explained. They don't take the time to explain to you how that works. I think the weapon customization shit is cool. That's great. That's a great feature.
You need to see what Hobesh did.
I'm sure there are people... Maddie went out of her way to make this stupidly, like, elaborate settlement.
Wait, on console?
Yeah. This stupidly elaborate base with, you know, custom buildings that she fucking walled around and put markets inside to make it look all nice.
So it looks like the bunker.
Kind of. But the fact that...
But wooden.
But the building in that game is kind of not good. It's not well done. It's optional. You don't have to... Well, you have to do... To make the story progress, you have to interact with it a couple times. But it's not... It's not really all that good. Like, I appreciate that they included it, because it's a new thing, but it's not done well, so I don't interact with it. I don't bother.
See, I just want to add to that. The thing is, like, PC Master Racer here, cover your ears, Dan. Like... With the whole, like, creation thing, you know, like, the fucking settlements and all that kind of stuff, the best way to actually play it is on PC, because the amount of fucking mods, I know it's not implemented into the main game, but the mods make it so much better.
They said mods were coming to the Xbox One version.
Exactly.
What the fuck happened to those?
I don't even know when the fuck is that?
Where are they?
Are they did they mean mods as in, like, gun mods?
That was one of their big E3 announcements, was he came out during the Microsoft and went, mods coming to Fallout 4. And I was like, holy shit, finally! Where are they?
He didn't mention what kind of mods. They could have just been like fucking mods from Twitch streams, fucking in.
It's so dumb. It's such a disappointment that they're not there yet.
It says early 2016.
So there's that jank. There's the jank. There's the settlement stuff. Quests kind of don't like that thing I talked about where quests don't quite line up right. Like stuff happens that aren't supposed to happen, or weird situations occur because you're further than it thinks you are. I had another thing and I
The dialogue feels a lot better than it used to be.
The what?
The dialogue.
I want the full sentence. I want to know exactly what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but
See,
like,
I think they
is a mod
stream.
for that.
I think they yeah, on the PC they just make they make it just a list of here's literally every sentence so you know exactly what's coming out of your mouth. Whereas on the console now, I don't want to accidentally fuck up, so basically I'm just always hitting Y for question. Yeah. And then I agree, and that's it. I never deviate because I don't want to say something stupid.
What I'm asking though is like what I'm saying is I like that when you talk to somebody, it almost kind of does some cinematic angles where it's not just how it was in Fallout 3, where you were just staring at this weird stationary
like,
person who's mouth.
Here's the thing. I actually liked it when they did that better in Fallout 3 and Oblivion, because then everything is frozen, therefore nothing can break in that moment. Instead of me talking to someone and then having just like a random NPC just like walk into me and be like, "What are you doing? Move!" Like I understand, like you're in the middle of a dialogue and then he's just doing his NPC dialogue next to me while I'm trying to have a dialogue. That was him trying to walk by me. Okay?
Have you seen somebody fucking
Hold on, real
walk
quick.
away?
What, like an NPC you're talking to?
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
Yes.
NPC walks away and they get to a certain point and they just go, "I thought you wanted to talk," and I'm like, "I haven't moved."
There was a little boy in Diamond City, the one who sells water, and I stole all of his water. And so when you go into his inventory to sell shit to sell stuff, no water in there because I took it all. I broke into his house and just stole all that shit.
What a dick.
There's no karma system, so who cares? Anyway,
Michael still H20 boys.
they streamed it. They streamlined it. Streamlined it. Fuck words. In ways that I don't think they make the game worse, but they didn't make it better. Like, the combat's the best it's ever been in a Fallout game, I think. Shooting is now viable outside of VATS. But anyway, sorry, I was talking to this little boy, and he was like, "Hey, can you do something for me? I need you to go get the water." And he just fucking started walking away, and the dialogue broke. So I just had to keep walking up to him, I closed a fucking fence behind him, and he just kept walking to the fence, like, he wanted to get away so hard. But
it's buggy. But it's Bethesda. We knew it was coming.
But at this point, don't you think after 4 games on the same engine or 5 games on the same engine, they maybe should iron some of that shit out at this point?
Transactions.
That is correct.
Bye, Dan. He's just walking off in the distance.
No, I was. No,
like, there's
Jesus Christ.
There's a ton of value to the game, and I put a lot of hours into it, but
no level cap.
There's no level cap. I don't know how I feel about the restructuring the level system.
It's weird, but I mean, there were certain things in Fallout 3 that were broken.
I just want to show this because I got this in a Christmas gift, right? Look at that. How cool is that?
Okay.
I do like that there's no more karma because now you can steal stuff and not feel bad at seeing you've lost karma.
Do you like that they removed weapon conditioning? I do.
I love that.
And how do you feel about the new radiation system?
I don't like that. It's fucking annoying. But
before radiation did nothing. Like, it was never a factor.
No, it did if you had too much. Now it
affects. But that never happened.
But I remember when I was playing Fallout 3, I had Dave's rifle, and I literally just carried around 4 hunting rifles to constantly like shove it into it to make sure it didn't break.
Yeah.
But now it's great that there is none of that.
They streamline stuff in ways that are smart, and they did it in, like, the dialogue system they streamlined in a way that I don't like. I want to know exactly what I'm saying.
I like the fact that they made it where Codsworth says like 1,000 names.
That novelty is neat. That novelty is neat, but how are you palling around with Codsworth?
No, because
I'm palling around with Nick Valentine.
I hate that my companions judge me, so I just have Dog. Dog doesn't judge me. Dog will watch me murder people.
I have Nick Valentine, and that guy is awesome. He's a great companion to have. But it is annoying when, like, because now they've made junk not fucking useless because of all the crafting stuff. Like, I'm picking up clocks, I'm picking up antique globes, I'm picking up glue.
Desk fans.
And desk fans, yeah, all the desk fans.
Oh my god!
And Nick is behind. And Nick is
cups are made of?
no, and Nick is behind me, going, "Starting a collection, are ya?" Like, asshole, you know I use this shit. You've seen me make scopes and stuff. Like, also, I got Nick to the point where I unlocked his quest line, and he's like, "Hey, we got to go find this guy. We got to go find these holograph tapes to track down this criminal. So let's go get him." And I'm like, "All right, I'll get to it." And now every 30 minutes, he stops me and goes, "So about the holotapes?" And I go, I'm getting to them. Don't you worry. It'll happen. To the point where I sent him away because I got super fucking sick of him every 30 seconds going, "About the holotapes." We're in the middle of a combat. What the fuck are you doing? We're uncovering a conspiracy that could change mankind. They can fucking wait. Dick.
See, the one thing I like to add about Fallout, like, they've got, like, missions that are, like, infinite going. Like, you could just keep fucking replaying the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
See, and the thing is, right? Ah, shit, I just hit my funny bone. The thing is...
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Like, it doesn't tell you you're playing a mission that is infinite. That, like, keeps going and going and going. So I did the fucking, you know, when you first meet the
Minutemen?
yeah, like, well, not the Minutemen, the Brotherhood of Steel people, like, you know.
Oh yeah, at the police station.
Yeah, I was going out doing missions for that one chick, the scribe, saying, "Oh, I need this piece. Go out and go get it." I was like, okay. And I keep coming back. "Oh, I need this piece." I was like, okay. I did that for a whole fucking day. Like, an actual fucking day playing that game. I was like, is this ever gonna fucking end? And then Sarah just turns to me and says, "Oh yeah, it's an infinite mission." I'm like, are you fucking serious?
I
You
remember
didn't say anything about this.
when you
like
do
a mission that keeps going on and on and on.
when I first started doing Minutemen stuff, they like, "Hey, go to the settlement and Karen." I'm like, "Okay, that may like, yeah, we're trying to build we're trying to I'll ask is that but hey, go do this settlement and save it and figure out what to do." And I go there and they're like, "Hey, we've got raiders and we know exactly where they are. They're here." And I go there, I clear out the raiders, I come back. "We're going to join the Minutemen." And then, okay, I go back to the guy. He gives me another one of those. I went to the next settlement. Same dialogue choices, same thing about bandits. Go there, kill them. And so that I did that 3 or 4 times and I went, these don't end, do they? And then I went to the Fallout thing. I did the same thing with the scribe and the other guy. And then I realized these are also fucking like just... These are just, hey, did you do all the quests? Because now here's something to do, I guess. It's just... It feels like it's recycling, and it's not... Bethesda is better than that. They have had, like, nothing but unique shit all the time. I mean, and it has a ton of that. That world is still jam-packed with shit to find and quests to find and people to talk to and interact with. But it's also peppered with a lot of repetitive shit.
I feel like the repetitive shit are for, like, you know, once you've done a lot of the other stuff, like, that's a way for you to just get experience if you just want to, like, grind for levels.
Make enough content to just make my experience higher.
There's no 200, like, I think the to get all the perks, it's like 261. I mean, unless we're playing fucking Elite Dangerous, there's no way that you're getting goddamn 261 levels worth of content.
Adding like a repetitive mission that is just boring. Like, how many times do you expect to clear it? I've been sent to the same fucking building full of raiders.
Like, they're already dead.
Like, no, like they just spawned a couple more. Like, but I already cleared this goddamn building out. You guys are running over the bodies of your friends now. Like,
yeah.
How do you feel about the legendary weapon thing? Someone asked.
Annoying.
Why is that?
Well, because I get shit like a legendary rolling pin.
You also get legendary rifles and shit.
I don't. It's very rare when I do. Well, I want to point out, Kirk. Kirk by far got the worst.
Oh, your friend Kirk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kirk got the worst legendary drop you could possibly get.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to get ready for this, okay? I really want you to get ready for this. What the fuck are you doing, Brad?
He's drinking smoke.
I made a potion.
I want you to really wrap your head around this. My buddy got a legendary gamma ray
Okay.
that does 50% more damage to robots.
Aren't they immune to? I don't know what I did. It's not
Gamma
immediately-
radiation does not affect robots, ghouls, or super mutants.
Well, it's random.
So
Like I have a
50%
safe.
of 0.
I have a safe full of all this legendary gear that I just throw in there because I don't use it.
Same here.
It's not worth using at all. I've gotten some stuff, like every once in a while, like I have a decked out revolver covered in shit, and then I find a better revolver that's legendary and has like a better stat or has an extra bonus. And I didn't realize for the longest time that you could remove attachments from guns you've already made and reattach them, like because the game doesn't tell you that or make it explicitly clear. So I just kept like, fuck, I'm out of screws to make another scope. The game, it's fun, but it's janky in the way Bethesda games are janky, which at this point I think they should finally figure out
Real
a little
quickly. Well, Brad has a point. He pointed.
No, you go first, Dan.
I was gonna say, and this one's kind of spoiler territory, but I'm gonna be very, very vague on it. Did you get chills at a specific part when you kind of went into a place that you shouldn't have with like, you went into somebody's head, and you saw a bunch of stuff,
that I thought was really cool.
and then as you're leaving, you talked to somebody, and it gave me fucking chills what he said.
Yeah, that part was really fucking interesting.
I mean, they
think
didn't touch on that ever again.
I think some of the writing, and like most Bethesda, I think some of the writing, especially in the main quest, does some interesting shit. And I know I'm not going to be specific. I'm not going to say it, but I know what the ending choice is because fucking people on YouTube.
Somebody screamed it during the moment of silence for the Paris attacks at a hockey game.
What?
That is a real fucking
You just
thing.
put Paris Attacks hockey game and Scream all in one sentence.
Hang on.
What?
Like, no, I don't link a video or anything because I can't look
I'm
at it
not
now.
gonna link the video.
But no, I specifically when Fallout 4 came out, like I would live stream it, and I posted a live stream announcement video, and usually people don't bother commenting because they're just like, oh, look, a live stream, and they just go. But then there was one fucking comment, and I can't miss them because there's the little Google notification bell thing. You click on it, and they come down, and the fucking notification was a one comment on my announcement video going da 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 da. Just fucking spoiled the entire ending.
Oh, wow.
Fucking assholes. Granted, it's the type of ending where when you play the game, you could kind of probably infer it yourself what's gonna happen, but still. Dick
His
move.
baby's a terrorist. End of story.
Okay. It's not. Dan, what are you doing?
No, I was looking for that article, but
It's Snape killed Dumbledore.
I feel like
No, you bitch.
You son of a bitch.
So Fallout 4, I think it's a great game, but I do think it has at this point maybe fix some of your jank because it's been 4 or 5 games at this point.
Yeah.
I think some of the stuff they added isn't very good, or is terribly explained. That game does a very bad job of explaining shit to you, pretty much in general. And it's got kind of repetitive quest designs in some regards. But like I still like I sat down and played it for like 12 hours straight at some points. Like it does what Fallout does. It sucks you into its world and it makes you want to keep. And it's fun to shoot people in the face and have them explode. Although I don't think Bloody Mess does nearly as much as it used to. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in 3 everyone exploded and limbs flew off and guts. But
oh,
in
the
4,
eyeballs everywhere.
In 4, it seems random whether or not it's actually going to do it. And even when it does, it just like makes a head explode. Although I do like when you see the eyeballs. That's also that's
when they
always
shoot
great.
out.
That's always fantastic.
But
Well, I
there's one
don't-
game we're missing out from this year.
What? It's gonna be a joke, isn't it?
Fucking Guitar Hero!
Oh God, come on.
Part of me wants to get the new one.
Dan, kill
but
yourself. I'm just gonna quickly say about real quick. Gotta just fucking get out of my system. I only just got this for Christmas, right? And I loaded it up, and this is the thing that blows my mind. Guitar Hero now have their own network that shows all the fucking music 24/7, and it's like you literally just go watch their channel. It's like watching a music channel, Dan, and it's like, wait, I like this song. I'm gonna press this button on my controller and play along. That is the greatest fucking thing ever. Instead of having all these fucking graphics
Mike
and like,
explained it to me.
Yeah,
but like,
and you know what? Like, I think their microtransaction thing actually makes perfect sense for a Guitar Hero.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
No, the difference is that instead of spending, they basically made it into a home karaoke machine, essentially.
it's literally
Where
karaoke,
instead of spending
cars.
$3 and getting the song, you use a token to play the song, and you can buy more tokens or you can earn more tokens. But I do think that makes a lot of sense for a party game like Guitar Hero, where most people, instead of like, okay, and I think you can pay, like, they have hundreds of songs available, and I think you can pay
loads.
You can pay, what is it, like 20?
It's like
it's 15 or $20. It's not that much. To get
like
access to the
$10,
entire library for 24 hours. So if you're like having a party, if you have a bunch of people over and you want to just fucking Guitar Hero it out, then there's a very good it makes that business model makes sense in that context.
And the thing is, like, I know I'm reading right now, some people are like saying like, oh yeah, the fucking music video thing's lame, but it's like, it's not really. I mean, like, it's great looking at some game characters go around going, oh, carry on my wayward son and all that shit. It's like, that's cool, but like having the actual music video there and playing along with it, I fucking like that. I prefer that over having like fucking all these graphics and shit like that and whatever for a fucking game that's basically you playing in the guitar. It's it's a fun fucking game. I've had a lot of hours on there.
I used to be decent. I used to be decent at the originals, but like I tried playing that new one at like fucking Target. Oh my god.
Well, that's because the buttons are different now. It's 6 buttons.
Yeah, exactly. The buttons throw me the fuck off now.
You get used to it though, dude. I mean, I used to play fucking Dragon Force on Expert, no fucking problem. Just be like, like, no fucking problem. But yeah, with this new controller and stuff, because I've been playing guitar since I was 9, I found it easier to pick up, I guess. I mean, like they with the finger placements and shit, but yeah, it's so much better than the past Guitar Heroes. Instead of them just being like, okay, we're going to release the same shit every year. You fucking buy the same controller, but with a different fucking variant shape to it and everything.
Well, that's why Rock Band 4 also came out this year, and it kind of was met with lukewarm response because it was just another Rock Band. They didn't do anything to change it.
Yeah.
And they took stuff out. But with Guitar Hero, they tried something different, and they made it work more. They made how do I put this? For the way people expect to absorb those games now, where instead of having this huge fucking library of music that you're probably never going to touch again, like instead of spending $3 on a song for something you'll play a couple times and then never look at, they made a thing that made sense. Like that music video thing is hey, I just want to play Guitar Hero. I don't care what I play. I just want to play something. Like, there it is. You just launch this thing and you can play whatever's there, whatever fits your fancy.
Exactly. I love it. They've done a really fucking good job of it. I mean, I've played every single Guitar Hero. I'll definitely say this is the best one they've fucking made by far. And the fact they've added vocals to it as well now, that way you can sing along with it and everything.
I mean, they've had that, but.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I mean, Seth was making a big deal about it the other night, so I thought they just added that. But...
No, Guitar Hero 4 and 5 were Rock Band, so they had.
Oh, no, I know that. I mean, like, I think they just added the vocals, though, recently.
Oh, you mean, like, updated the game?
Yeah,
okay,
yes, Guitar Hero Live.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, I had World Tour, man. I had the fucking drum kit and everything sorted for that, but... Yeah, I mean... It's fucking awesome. I like it.
So at this point, I think we've gone over just about all the major games that we have played or that we have remembered. Very quick, if anyone in the chat has something that they think we should comment on. Granted, if we haven't commented on it, that's probably because we haven't played it. But real quick, I'll see if anyone else in the chat thinks there's something worth discussing. And we'll probably call it a night on this stream. but we'll see. So far, I think 2015 though was a solid year for games.
I think next year is going to be better though.
Definitely. 2014 was the year of broken fucking games and disappointment. 15 has been more solid. I do think that some business model stuff is getting much shittier and much more common.
Yeah.
The microtransaction stuff specifically, and I think that we're getting less content for our money nowadays, but that's kind of been happening for a while. But at least what we're getting is reasonably fun still. We'll see.
See, I said this the other day, and I'll stand by it. Like, back in the days of playing on Xbox 360 and everything, like, if you think back to those games, there's such a huge lineup of titles that you can think of that changed the game. And it's like, there's really not been that many that have done that with the next gen console systems.
This has so far pretty much been a generation of iteration, not innovation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is, I mean, the jump from like PS2 to PS3 and from original Xbox to Xbox 360 was
insane.
Massive. Now, I know that now if I go and pick up a first generation Xbox game, yes, stuff now is going to blow it out of the water presentation wise. But the leap was much less significant. Also, PC stuff caught up way faster this time. In fact, it was caught up when they announced them. Like, it wasn't anything all that special. I
mean, this is the thing. That's why I didn't barely touch my Xbox One anymore, because there's nothing really there grabbing me to say, hey, look, you know, like that Gears of War effect, because I fucking love Gears of War back on the Xbox 360, and like, you know, that really changed the game. It did really fucking change the game for cover shooters. But
since I put this thing here, some people are saying, what about FNAF? What about Five Nights at Freddy's? Did all of them come out I know all of them came out in the span of a year. Did all of them come out this year?
Yeah.
No, they all came out the end of last year.
That is incorrect.
No, that is...
Yeah, no, 4 came out this year, but all the other ones came out.
I think at least 2 of them came out. FNAF 4 at least came out. I don't know. Those games are... They have a simple goal, and they accomplish that fucking goal, and I do think the lore is surprisingly interesting, but I rely on other communities. I rely on game theory to tell me about the lore. I'm not playing through the game to figure it out. I played some FNAF 4. Fuck that. Okay? Do you want to see me scream?
First release was August 8th, 2014.
I believe all the others weren't.
The second one came out November 10th, 2014.
Okay. And then
the third one came out. The third one came out March 2nd, 2015.
That's what I thought. I didn't think they all came out in 2015, but I thought they all came out within the span of a year.
Yeah.
Which is what made them. Order 1886 didn't play because apparently it's not very good and it's very short and unfulfilling.
It's just a movie, isn't it?
Pretty much. Killing Floor 2. I don't think that was that was an early access. I don't know if that was a full release at any point.
That was a good game though.
That was a lot of fun, but
gets old really quick.
I wouldn't even say really quick, but but for the most part, I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me. We have been spending. When do we start? If you don't count the pre-show stuff that will be cut from the YouTube video because it was nonsense. We've been going for close to 4 hours, 3.5, 4.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, you got to work in the morning or something. I don't know, do you? Because I thought earlier in the show you were like, "Want to play Halo?" But I'm assuming you want to pass the fuck out. We'll see. But to everyone who decided to hang out, basically we maintained 40, 45 people this entire time watching us shoot the shit about games that came out this year. So thank you guys for hanging out and watching. Hopefully our discussions were interesting, slightly entertaining. Got to see some Brett girl boob or something.
Hi.
I guess. That was unexpected.
That'll be censored.
It's another t-shirt.
But thanks to Dan and Brett for hanging out and agreeing to sit here and discuss shit with me for 4 hours or whatever.
Oh yeah, it doesn't make me hate you any less.
Thanks, Dan. Love you too. Microtransactions with the devil, and I can form my own opinions without reviews. Tune in for what? Tune in next time for whatever we come up with next. And thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll see you next time.